Who's ready to ride? My shooters got shooters. Once you're in the sight, our aim is the truest. You know I got soul and you know he a fighter. Call him the podcast piper, the smoothest of snipers. Red Dead Panda from the shadows, with a point of precision. The glue of the crew, an assassin with missions. And Nero the line, front line in the block. The shotgun of the truth, the podcast rock. Aim down sight, we don't miss. Aim down sight, we don't miss. Tune in on your Saturday night. You can't miss, you won't miss. If you aim down sight. Aim down sight. Oh, aim down sight, yeah. Go. Aim down sight, we don't miss. Aim down sight, we don't miss.
Welcome to everyone who's watching, live from around the world or watching after the show. It is Aim Down Sights episode 61. I can't believe that. I will giggle on episode 69 because I'm a small child, but when we get there, we'll have a little bit of an inside joke.
Yeah.
It's going to be when I'm already just being cheeky the moment we jump into a show. Thank you to all the people in chat, to all the people who are going to be watching after the show, and everyone who's watching across Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. We do not have Lyric this week. He is under the weather. Maybe I shouldn't have killed him so much in Helldivers 2. No, I didn't get a chance. It's a sad fact. I haven't even had a chance to do that to Lyric yet. But we've got the fantastic Demo Flow Gaming joining us this week. Love to have you on the show. You bring such good energy, and we really appreciate you and all that you do on your channel and everything like that. So I actually need to jump on and do your show at some point. It's going to have to be like 3 a.m. Saturday morning my time, but I will wake up and do the show and be a guest there, Demo. I will. But we're going to throw to you. What have you been up to? What have you been playing? And thank you for being here.
Yeah, man. It's always a pleasure come over here and hang out with you guys, man. I feel like you guys are like such an asset to the community, right? Y'all being, really speaking possibly about gaming, and that's hard to find because a lot of people love to grift. And let's keep it real. Negativity sells, but fuck that shit. We're having a great time. We were just saying behind the scene, my boy Nero, that gaming is, I feel like it's been great. There's good and bad things, of course, but overall, I'm having a great experience. Silksong just dropped. I dropped a video about it, talking about how a $20 bug
Check up the industry.
is exposing the AAA gaming industry. So if you're really thinking about like AAA gaming and all that, maybe it's not all that, but there's like a bunch of hidden gems and a bunch of games that honestly get like super hated on for no reason. And then when you go check it out, they're good. I'm like, what? Like, I thought this game was bad. So whatever. Happy to be here. Happy to be gaming. Let's embrace the whole. Let's stop that shit, man. Shout out to Shot. Hit the like button if you haven't, bro. I know what the hell you've been doing, but let's get it, man. It's dope.
I always hit the dislike button on our show. I do, because we've got Next Gen Grifter and Next Gen Villain who's on the show with me. So just hit that dislike button. No, I'm kidding.
Nah, he likes to mess around. He likes to joke around.
He's gonna say mute panda in a moment.
Yeah, we got a thing. We got a thing called Mute Panda, man. Panda is my biggest hater ever since I was higher than her. I don't know. I think I killed her one too many times in Halo. If I am a grifter, then I am.
You mean in Helldivers? I'm kidding.
Nah, look, I had you aimed in my sight so many times, and I wanted to pull the trigger, and I didn't.
He killed me. There was no bugs around, and he totally killed me yesterday.
No, I got it on footage. Oh, Dusty.
You did it.
Yeah,
Dusty
did. Not me.
Dusty just shot me, and I was like,
what? So y'all been playing Halo without me? Like, what the
fuck? No, Helldivers.
No, Helldivers.
We will have to have a community game night for Halo, because that's the only way that you can get in to play the game.
As soon as Halo come to PlayStation, I'm back on it. That's gonna bring a new and the Switch.
I'll be back.
It's gonna bring a huge wave of new players. That's gonna appreciate it. And when I say that, I don't say that us Xbox and PC gamers don't appreciate Halo, but man, Halo, we've been there since day one. It's been a while, and we had to grow with Halo as well. So when you got to grow with a game, you kind of outgrow the game. You move on. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, man.
And I love Infinite.
I think the game just need like new people, new lives, and because I think the beginning of the Halo, right? Their cycle, like the beginning was like good, and then after a while it became like, okay, where's the content? And that's when people stop playing it. But I mean, the first perception of the game is that it was like the game. This is a good game. The core gameplay is dope. All it needs is
content.
It's a great game.
But I don't know what excuses I would make it now, because now the game is loaded with content. I mean,
loaded.
People have already given up on it. The issue is that no one's playing it now.
I wouldn't say give up. Like I said, when it take that long to get to the point where it's full with content, like we all know it is now, people outgrow. It is a very saturated market. You know, you getting cards every single year. You know, you got the battlefields, you got the free to play stuff. It's so many games. It's tough to retain an audience, especially when you don't got certain. Remember, they didn't have Slayer, they didn't have Tactical Slayer, they didn't have Team Slayer. It was so many modes lacking since day one. But right now, it's amazing. It's in a great spot.
Such a good game.
But that's why I say it need a new audience.
There's no one online, so I can't even get a game. Which is why you're right. It needs a new audience to bring it back to life and bring existing players back in who want to play the game. But Nero, what have you been playing? What have you been up to? And why are you a villain?
I'm a villain because, you know, I do me, you, Demo, and a lot of the community. I just do what other people online scream that they do. Just simply game. When you actually play games and can back up your statements and your feeling on games, you know, you don't feel like you got to hide your gamer score, hide your trophies and shit like that, and you stay in your lane, then you know you become the villain. Because when they can't beat you on a gaming front and they can't out debate you on a gaming front, that's when they get personal. That's when the insults and shit come. So, and that way, I'm the villain. You know, I'm the good guy, but I'm viewed as the bad guy. Y'all know how it goes.
Bad guy, guys.
But,
it's okay.
I've been playing Lost Soul Aside, and I really want y'all to pick that up on PC for sale because I think it should have been about $50. It was $60. I think if it go to 30, 40, you know, if you see it on Steam, pick it up. They don't make these hack and slash action games like this anymore. Remind me of a PS2 era. I've been playing that. I'm gonna have a review coming for it. I got most of my review written. I just gotta roll credits. What else? I've just been playing a handful of games, but actually this week I end up doing something I usually don't do. I end up watching a handful of TV and movies. I watched the Superman movie, Fire. I don't know why that got so much hate online. I know you like it, you like it, you don't. I just thought it was a great feel-good movie, man. I didn't need anything super dark and grim and depression. I just thought it was really solid, man. It did what it was supposed to do for me. And
Mr. Terrific, though, the best thing in that movie.
Best thing in that movie. Absolutely. Loved it. And then what else I watched? I watched Weapons. That was a really good movie. I thought that was a really good movie, man. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very solid. Was that
the one about those kids who go missing?
Yeah, about those kids who go missing. Yep. And
I still have to watch it.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. And then it's one more. 28 years later, I watched that. I liked the first half of the movie. The back end and the ending kind of threw me off. I got to see where they go with the sequel. But yeah, that's been me. One sec, guys. I got this call keep coming in.
You're good. Nero and I had a chance to play some Helldivers together. He was playing I feel like Lost Soul Aside at the time. I was playing something at the time, and I joined the Discord, and he was like, "All right, I'll quickly jump on Helldivers. We'll share our friends code." And then he jumped on my ship, and then I just put us into a mission, and we were playing Helldivers together. It was really good. You're right there, Demo.
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
No.
Get some water if you're coughing. Have some water.
I'm coughing. I'm getting over a flu, but I'm alright, bro.
Getting sick. I have avoided it, luckily, but I was sick earlier in the year, so I guess there's that. But what have I been doing? All I've been playing this week is Helldivers 2. It's all I've been playing. You might have seen my post up on Twitter about just jokingly killing people and blaming it on randoms. It's happened like once or twice, but really, if you find a good squad who communicates, you're good. So that's what I've been playing. I haven't had a chance to play anything else this week. Yeah, it's just because like everyone else is playing, and then you're like, I don't want to leave you behind to play by yourself, so I'll jump on and play Helldivers 2 with you. But yeah. I'm just excited because I watched we're going to talk about it later, but I watched the James Bond footage, and I was like, finally a James Bond game that actually will feel like James Bond. It's been a while since I played a James Bond game that I actually liked and enjoyed. All right, well, we're going to jump off into some topics, but I'm going to ask the chat before we do, what have you all been playing? Yeah. And why should we mute Panda? Lyric's got an answer for that, but you know. Demo is choking on pony tears. I love that comment. I love that. That's great. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Galveston, yeah, Alien Earth. I've heard really good things about it. I have been watching. What have I been watching this week?
All right, sorry about that.
I watched Thunderbolt on Disney Plus, which I actually really enjoyed. I liked that movie. I don't know what else I've been watching. But if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend potentially watching Hunting Wives. Just a little bit of Texas flair in there for you. Alien Earth, quite good. What is it? NFL Madden 25, Fallout 76, Dragon Age, Veilguard. Yes, I've got to play that. But I need to finish my current playthrough of Dragon Age Inquisition, which is over 150 hours currently in my current save. So we'll get there. And I'm like halfway through the game. All right, welcome back, Nero. We're gonna throw ourselves into some topics. But hi, Lord Roughness. Always good to see you. Or Sniper Mafia Old Country. I need to play Mafia 3. I got it. I picked it up. I now need to play it because I played Mafia 1 and Mafia 2. I need to play Mafia 3. Let's kick off into some time. I wish Halo 2 was there right now.
Yeah, definitely. Helldivers 2 is currently the number one played top game in the Xbox store in the US, according to this Lean Analytics. It has sold 1 million copies within the first 6 days, which is more than the PS5 version. So within the same time period, at around 700K. And this is not surprising me at all. I wouldn't be surprised if they double down and sell another million copies by time September come to an end on Xbox alone. This is great. It's just a great game. This is a great game selling well. I just love to see it. And this is really good for Arrowhead as well because when this game launched,
when the game launched, he'll finish what he's going to say there anyway. Demo, what are your thoughts on this? Because I'm just going to throw a little bit of a spanner in here. Do take that with a grain of salt, though, because this is the company that did the analytics based off the reviews numbers to say that Final Fantasy 16 only sold like 22,000 copies when it launched. But Demo, what are your thoughts on the success so far on its hitting both top paid game on the Xbox storefront for the base game and top 3 for the, what was it, Super Citizen Edition or something like that? Yeah, I'll throw it to you, Demo.
Oh, man.
Just think of bring your head inside.
I think Helldivers is an amazing game, and I think that it deserved the success that it's getting, based only in the fact that they putting a lot of work into continuing supporting this game and adding content. So I think that the fact that they reverse some of the stupid stuff that they had going on in there too, that also gives them a lot of like room to work with, right? I feel like the gaming is dope, is addicting, and I mean, some people like Simone were yesterday in the show, and it's like telling us that he got a little bit mad because he bought the Halo thing, and that they were making him play to unlock. But it was like that in the process, he got addicted to the game.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
He would have probably just like otherwise get the stuff and just maybe not come back, or maybe come back, check it out one. But like the fact that he's getting this sense of progression is like keeping him hooked.
But wait! He bought some additional content like DLC, and then was surprised he actually had to play it to unlock stuff. Like, isn't that every game does that?
No, but like so sometimes like when you buy a bundle, like in games like I don't know, Apex, Call of Duty, or whatever, they give you a skin right away. Unless this is a battle pass item, so he was expecting this to be something like like you just buy it and you get it right away. But the way that Helldivers works, it has a different system. Obviously, some people were ignorant to this kind of system in which like you need to unlock like a pool of that is like I don't know, maybe Nero can explain this thing better. He plays more, but like different categories.
It's like an ecosystem within the game.
Yeah.
It's like an ecosystem. It's like an ecosystem within. It's like you get rewarded for actually doing your job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you come out here and do your job, I think that is dope, and I wish like a lot of more games would do that if they take this, because Helldivers is the most non-egregious live service game that I've ever played. It's honestly the most true to definition from a gamer perspective of what a live service
Yes,
game
sir.
should mean to me. Now, a lot of people say live service games, what they mean to them is, the games that's just breaking them for money. I guess if that's what the industry just find it as, but no. Helldivers redefine how I look at a live service game because the service you're doing is actually live. You're fighting on planets, you're liberating planets, you're going towards a goal. That is something really dope as far as just feeling worthy and worth it within the community. You always got a sense of fight worth whatever you're doing is worth fighting for, whether it's a daily order or a major order. It's really good, man. It's really a good loop, and I'm happy they did it. I'm happy you can't just buy things. I mean, you can buy things from the store, if you want, like armors and stuff, and just you immediately unlock it. But I'm happy they took the route that they take.
Mm.
Because I was kind of the same way as see money. I wasn't like surprised. It just threw me off when I bought a war bond. I thought I was gonna be able to get the stuff right away before I fully processed it, and then I was like, oh, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? And and they do a great job at introducing you with the base war bond. So I know everybody's buying a Halo war bond, but don't go buying a bunch of war bonds, guys, and neglect um the free one that comes with the game because there's a lot of useful stuff in there that
so many useful things, especially the booster packs, just because you get to pick your stratagems to drop in with, but then you get to pick an additional booster that just makes things easier.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, I'm so happy that game is doing well, and I'm just really happy that it's. One second.
Adidas, it's good, brother. Appreciate the super chat, man. Salute to you too, man. We definitely appreciate it. Good to see you, man.
I'm just happy that it's kind of just shown some of the detractors who were upset about the game coming to Xbox that you're wrong and you're just a small minority and your opinion is pointless. So shut the fuck up and play some video games for once.
Well,
That's all they really need to do.
Xbox players did what the loud vocal guys over there didn't do. They shut the fuck up. They bought the game and they bought it and are having a great time. And the numbers reflect that.
Yep.
I'm not with the console war because I'm just looking at it from somebody that loved the game. I'm happy for the devs because it's a small team. They said they would be happy with 10K, and I just get tired of addressing these idiots' dumb narratives. But I'm just not surprised. It's a great game, and most of the time, the people on these home platforms don't appreciate the games they get. Except for Nintendo fans. And the reason I say that is because the attachment rate to none of these games really match for how they should. Especially Sony is the biggest example of that because you tout around 80 million. Console sales mean a lot to them, but the sales don't always reflect it. And also on the Xbox side of things, they had a year and a half to watch this game grow and watch the community thrive and want to get it. So I'm not surprised that a lot of people got in on it. And shame on a lot of them. I see a lot of people like bringing up Xbox, completion percentages and stuff, but Helldivers Platinum only like a 3 point something percent. Maybe they should get out there. Those same guys that was mad about the game going elsewhere is the same guys that don't got no time in it, no footage about it.
Yeah.
I just want to say a quick shout out to Spartan661 for gifting 5 memberships. To those who got gifted memberships, I'm going to stay quiet and you can see it in the chat and be surprised. Thank you very much. You got gifted your own membership by yourself, by the way, so I hope that was a surprise, Spartan. Gifted 5
Much
memberships
love, Spartan, man.
himself.
Spartan is awesome, man. He's arguably one of the biggest supporter, if not the biggest supporter of the channel. He always come through. He did this before and gifted a lot of gifted subs, man. So you're awesome, bro. We definitely appreciate you for sure. And also I will re-put it in the chat, but definitely click the link, leave a like, and come back to the pod, or don't leave at all. But you guys definitely got to check out because we're not going to talk about it too much, and it could have been a topic within itself. But I think demo video covers it enough to where we don't got to like hound on it as far as how the media is acting with the success of Silksong and the $20 price tag. You got a lot of complaining, a lot of crying, and it's kind of exposing a lot of the industry. And this happens every single time a great game come out and be worth whatever they're asking for. Whether it's Baldur's Gate 3, we had the same type of convos around that game, and now it's with Silksong. So that being said, next piece of quick news, man. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater has sold over 1 million units as of August 28th. Um, and that's the total between physical shipments and digital sales. And this is just kind of funny because before I pass to you two guys, there was a lot of chatter around this game, and even for me, because I was disappointed with the performance of it on all consoles. But
Yeah.
everybody I have talked to, whether they're on a PlayStation 5, a PlayStation 5 Pro, or my Xbox homies, every friend I got that has bought this game, they say, yeah, it's stutters here and there, but they are loving the game. And the reason I say that is because this goes to show that all the outrage online about this, that, and the third, if it's a good game, the average gamer don't care. And the 1 million sales for this game that runs like shit, if you look at it on paper and the graphs and stuff like that, very UE5 intensive game everywhere. It still sells 1 million copies. So
Yep.
and it goes to show, man, it's a great game. I want to play it. I never played and beat it, so I definitely plan to pick it up on the sale. It's just too many games right now. Um, yeah, and that just came out. Yeah, Big Money just came out like what 2 days? 1 million in 2 days. Um, yeah.
What's up, Umbra? I am watching you because you need to jump on Helldivers too. You said you were going to, and we want to. Pete and I want to purposely call an orbital down on Pete. With you there. No, we'll be running past the hell bomb and I'll shoot it and kill us all. It'll be great.
Yeah, Dusty did that to us yesterday. Shout out Dusty, man. You need to send him the link. He might have forgot we live, but he'll watch it back.
What's up, Talos? Right, actually, I had an opportunity to play Helldivers 2 with Talos the other day, so that was really fun. Yeah, it was fun jumping on with you. It's just been hard because everyone wants to jump on, and there's only 4 spots in the squad, and if it's already full, I'm like, oh.
But we got enough people in the core in our community Discord that play it. At least I think we do.
Yeah.
What we have to do, guys, is whenever you free, we got to try to get in there and all exchange friend codes. That way, we all can be friends because the code change every time you close the screen. If we can all add each other and be friends, Demo, I still got to add you, bro. If we can all add each other, then it's like whenever we just see each other, if it's empty spot, just join up. Simple as that. No matter the platform.
100%.
So, Demo or Panda, do you guys plan on eventually checking out Metal Gear Solid Delta? Did you play it back in the day? Is it your type of game? Chat, if anybody played it, I would love to hear y'all opinions.
Well, man, shit. The Snake Eater from the PlayStation 2 was one of my favorite games that I ever played. I thought that it was genius, and I'm looking forward to play these games. But like, you know how your taste in games change over time. So this is a game that I like. I probably would love back for to play back in the day. But now it's like I just want to press buttons, bro. I don't want to hide. I don't want to, I just like, yeah. I just want to go straight to the action because the thing is that I don't really have time, dude. And it's just like so many games out there that they're really worth checking out and playing. But it's like you're just like looking around and just like I want the action. Maybe I'm being impatient. Maybe I'm getting attuned with like you young people who are in the TikTok era. So my attention span is getting shorter and shorter. And I just want action. Just want to jump in the middle. Helldivers is the perfect game for people from this generation because like you jump in the game and you get 2-3 quick matches done and boom, you're out. But you always get right into action. There's no like looking around talking to NPCs. It's just like straight fire. And I don't know, I'll put it right there in my backlog of things that I want to play maybe eventually when I'm in the mood. But I do have other important games that require the most immediate attention. Like Borderlands is coming next week, and it's a game that you really want to get started with it, as it begins, because then you get left behind, and it takes a lot for you to catch up to the other players. So that's my priority right now. That's the one game that I'm honestly waiting for. And then there's Outer Worlds and Ninja Gaiden, and I don't know what I'm gonna do at that point because both coming during the same month. How Ninja Gaiden is not a 5-hour game. It's literally like if you beat all the levels really quick. It might be like 15 hours, but you know
Mhm.
you're gonna die, and you're gonna die a lot, and you're gonna have to redo the boss, and you gotta redo the
Yeah.
level, and it's not gonna happen. If you like, you're gonna. It has a learning curve. It's not a game that you can just
Yeah.
jump in and beat it. Like I don't know, like maybe a game like RoboCop. You don't really have to have a crazy set of skills to beat a game like RoboCop. Right, normal. You can do it linear. If you get killed, like it's because you were probably like I don't know,
Being
like
in it. You
yeah, yeah.
you were AFK if you got killed in that game.
You were taking the piss, you know, literally. But yeah, man. Outer Worlds. I was looking at the trailer earlier because I was like, when I was making the video about Silksong, I know that was one of the games that I was speaking about in the video, and it's like, man, it looks fucking great. It looks amazing
Mhm.
every time I look, bro. Like the variety of the weapons and stuff, and it's like, you know, I mean, Metal. Don't get me wrong, it looks crazy good, and he's staying really true to what Metal Gear is, and I'm excited about it because I know there's like, Metal Gear heads out there, but yeah,
Mhm.
it goes like in the middle of the backlog somewhere in there when I get the time, need to be in the mood. But definitely a dope ass game. Go check it out, guys. Like, don't be like
Yeah,
me.
I definitely want to check it out on a good little sale, $30-$40. Hopefully the performance and everything is cleaned up. I really want to check it out is because I'm all in on Kojima. After Death Stranding 1 and 2, those games has really just sold me on his work. So anything that he's touched that I haven't played, I kind of want to check out just because, man, he got a really creative mind. And I can just tell that from just 2 games. So now I got to go see, and this series get praised a lot. And we don't really get like too many Splinter Cells and like stealth games nowadays. So I'm like,
No,
for me, it'll be a nice like change of pace. You know what I'm saying? Even if I like you, get it later, put in the backlog, it'll be something I come and chop down.
yeah.
Or if it just hooked me, I'll play straight through.
We're not in the hurry, and I see you, Nero.
Hmm.
That you posted that you bought like 4 games, and my question is like, how in the hell are you
Hmm.
gonna beat all those games? I think you posted like 4. Soul
Hmm.
Aside, what was it like Ghost of Tsushima or Jote, and
Hmm.
what else you got in there? I think you got 4 games that are like
I
okay, like
got
hold on,
Silent Hill F.
yeah,
I got Silent Hill F. Ghost of Yotai. I've been ordered Little Nightmares like when as soon
Little
as they
Nightmares
announced it
3,
over the
right,
summers.
right,
Yeah,
right,
Little Nightmares 3. Um, Honestly, man, it's just this gaming has like always been my distraction, man. Like Reese can
yeah,
vouch even way back. I worked. I think the height of me working, I was working like something for some crazy hours, man. And I still that was the year I ran up 100K gamer score. Like I would just come home after work, eat and just play the game. Barely sleep a little bit. So it's kind of like just second nature to me because, like I said, I don't watch TV and I
right.
don't really like watch too many movies unless I'm with my girl and we chilling, we cuddling and stuff like that. But if I'm by myself, if I'm not listening to music, it's usually really just gaming. Like that's my like first go to. So that's why I just end up knocking out so much stuff. And those games I pre-ordered, it's like I really want those motherfuckers, right? And it's like
Yeah,
I was like, I got to get them out the way just so I can just. Well, it's kind of my girlfriend's fault. She was like, "Yo, you do so much for other people. You should treat yourself. You should get the games you want. It's not that
oh
many."
shit,
I
she
was
ain't
like, you know
able,
what, babe? I was
she
like,
ain't
you know
able
what,
to
babe?
behave
Yeah,
here.
I was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, yeah. I was like, you're right. So I got a few
Right,
things out the way, but it is a lot of games. Most of the time, this is really the first year in a long time demo that I have bought or pre-ordered like a handful of games because don't got to do that. Thanks to Game Pass, I don't got to buy much for real. And then also, I'm a heavy shopper on sale. Like I
right.
always wait for sales
Pick him
every
up on
single
stuff.
week. Xbox or PlayStation has a great sale going on, so I just accumulate a bunch of games, and I always got about 60 games installed on my Xbox and PlayStation at any given moment. Insane, like for real. So and I got ADHD. I jump around a lot. So a lot of
Yeah.
times when I beat, like people might say, I knock out, yo, how you beat 3-4 games in a week? No, this is 3-4 games I've been jumping between for the last 3-4 months, and then I just
Right.
just end up
Finish
at
them
the
all
end
up
of
in
them
one
all.
week. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it just looks like that. So, Panda, are
Uh,
you gonna check out Metal Gear?
not right away. I've never played any of the Metal Gear games because we never had a PlayStation growing up.
Ooh.
We just didn't have a PlayStation growing up. We had a Nintendo, and that was it. We had a couple of different Nintendo's devices. So we had a NES and a 64, and then my brother got a GameCube, and then I was only introduced to Xbox later on. But we had PC as well. but yeah, I never played them. I am interested in playing them at some point, but I won't be picking it up right away. Like everyone else, my backlog has a backlog that has a backlog, and I picked up the Plucky Squire, I picked up Mafia 3, I picked up Stray, and so I'm gonna clear out some of my backlog before I pick up another game. And I'm really excited for the Outer Woods too, because I really want to play that and get that out of the way before I move on to when it comes out next year. I feel like it's next year. Hopefully, it's next year. If not, it's the year after. Clockwork's Revolutions, because that game looks so fire. Yeah, it's just
Game Pass always gives us value every month of the year.
yeah.
I don't know why when I took a break, people question as if I changed my stance on that. I think a lot of people need to stop worrying about how other people consume their games, where they consume their games, and why they consume it, and just
Why are you
focus
so
on
interested
what
in how
you
I
do.
spend my money?
Yeah, it makes absolutely zero sense. It really makes no sense. But I tell you what, I'm about to get insane value for my $20 in October. Game Pass in October. Ninja
You've been
Gaiden.
called out, man. Lyric called you out just now.
Hey, you
Breaking
don't really have
insider news.
to.
Nero actually
Hey
has
man,
AI
hey,
bots that beat those
yeah, he
games
got me.
for him.
He got me. He got me. I'm a fraud, man. I ain't gonna lie. I wish, yo. I would look. If I wish, because those people, you Xbox guys and PlayStation guys, that be 100, I mean 1,000% in games. Because I got a handful of full completions on Xbox, and I got about 15 platinums. You people that do everything like Rebirth, Starfield. Well, I'm close to Starfield. I'm really close. I'm like probably like 3-4 away from the base game before the DLC come. But you guys that do Elden Ring and Sekiro and Black Myth, yo, you guys are freaking legends, yo. People look at me for the amount of games I no, them guys is the ones because I'm like demo. When I don't know about you, like I'm selective, Panda, and maybe you the same because I know you completed Indiana Jones 1,000%. When I really
Yes, I
connect
am
with a game,
selective. Yeah.
okay, yeah. When I really connect with a game, I'm gonna do it. You know, I did it for Hellblade, I did it for Helldivers on PlayStation. I'm gonna do it, and I can connect with games and not want to do it if it's too out of the way. Like the Final Fantasy games, you got me fucked up. I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm barely doing any of the side quests, and I'm gonna double back to that at a later topic. But if anybody in the chat is playing Metal Gear Solid, please let us know if you enjoying it. How's the performance on whatever you're playing on, whether it's PlayStation, PC, or Xbox? We would love to know. Next news, man. Shout out to what is it, Team Cherry? Hollow Knight Silksongs open up in the middle of a week, right? To 535K concurrent players on Steam within 3 hours of launch. It was a monstrous number for any game, or any game for that matter. It's only $20. It crashed about every store you can buy it in. The PlayStation Store, the Steam Store, everywhere was acting weird. I know for a fact it didn't even just mess up PlayStation Store; it messed up PlayStation parties and system as a whole. Because a lot of the homies couldn't even play. They was like, "Yo, what's going on?" They had to go to Discords and stuff like that. So, very popular game, and you got to check out the link that's in the chat because Demo got a real good video and length about it, and
Yeah.
it's really exposing the industry. If you guys remember the debacle with Baldur's Gate, you had devs feeling some type of way because the game is so great and being received so well, and that's the same thing about this. They're mad that it's $20, and it's like other devs is like, well, no, we don't think we should place it at 20. Do you not feel like your work is worth 20? That goes to show, like, why are you second guessing yourself? If you don't devalue yourself just because the next person is, because every Silksong player right now would tell you they would have bought it twice, or they
And
would have,
also,
you
it's
know,
exposing like this game could have been released earlier, but they've released it now, and it's a polished game.
took their time.
They took their time, and that's what needs to happen. Like so many of these $60, $70, $80 games are just trash because of the performance when they release, and you
And
end up being beta testers. It's bullshit.
look what Reese was just put in there. I think Reese just made a great thing that I think a lot of people might not talk about because Game Pass get a lot of flack. You got Pete Hines even recently. What if
Yeah,
the money they secure from Xbox for Game Pass allowed them to not have to charge 25 for the rest of the industry
yeah, that's true.
or charge
True.
30?
Subsidized.
You,
I think
you,
that's a
you
really
never
good point,
know.
but I'm also just gonna say, Reese, it is in Game Pass. Yes, I will be checking out the DLC for oh my god, indie soon enough because I loved the base game. So I can't wait to actually pick up the was it something of the Giants? Why can't I even remember what the DLC is called? It's got the word Giants in it, I feel like. But yeah, I'm happy about Silksong. I will possibly play it at some point, but I'm not entirely sold on it. And the reason being is those games for me are hard. It's just not my type of game. You should have seen me playing Ori and the Blind Forest. Awful. I finished Ori and the Blind Forest. I went into Will of the Wisps, and I haven't finished that because it was too hard. I died like over 600 times, I feel like, in the first game. So I will probably, if I jump on this, I'll probably die a lot. I will probably have fun doing it because it's a beautiful game, but I will wait. I'll probably wait on Silksong. What about you, Demo? What are your thoughts on it? Because I know you put a video up and reminding everyone to go over to your channel and watch that video around exposing the industry around $20 games. But I feel like so many games this year have exposed, like selling at 40, selling at 50. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So here's what's going on, man. This is a game that is ridiculing, right? The triple A gaming industry, and how is why they took a total opposite approach to what these companies usually do. There is no campaign, no ad campaign, no deals with content creators to play this game, to give clout to this game. This game was kept in the dark, and these people weren't even mentioning the game or saying nothing about the game because you know what? They were working and taking their time. Even when the fans pressured them, like there was a lot of pressure because people were like, "The Silksong, does it even exist at this point?" Because it's been like what, like 7 years, and the game
Mm-hmm.
hasn't released. This is supposed to be like a small game, things like that. So these people weren't rushing the game; they were having fun when they were creating something, you know. And this is the result: a game that that has it all, that everybody in the genre can ask for. Because this is a Metrovania that has the one of the best ways to describe this is like a Souls game. It
Mm-hmm.
literally, like, you had to learn the boss's patterns, you had to learn how to fight the enemies. It's so much deeper than it looks. And then also, like, if you this is a game that has soul. You can tell this game, it was done with love. It's just, you can almost feel it, right? And that's
Yeah.
crazy. What is
Lyric.
it? Demo Flow Gaming has officially launched. It's now full game flow gaming. All right, I'm digging it. I like it.
He's out of beta.
He's out of beta, everybody.
Yeah. Well, anyways, guys, it's just like take
Lyric.
a look at games like, I don't know, Battlefield 2042 when it first released. How much money was worth it? How much money EA spent on it?
Mm-hmm.
And how did it do? You know, not it didn't do nothing. It's popular now because people are hyped because Battlefield 6, but it didn't do nothing. It came out broken, unfinished, yada yada. You got all the games like, I don't know, like Redfall. You can
Mm-hmm.
give it as an example. You got all the games like Concord that costed hundreds of millions of dollars and had nothing to show for it. So the way that they're exposing these triple A industries, like, what in the fuck are they doing without money? Because
Mm-hmm.
these games are
Yeah.
$70 and they don't have the level of polish that games like Silksong has.
That
And it's
that's
just
why I don't
like,
get. That's why I don't give these fuckers the excuse of, oh, and I know it's some
yeah,
truth to it, but I don't give them the excuse of, oh, development cost is going up. Development cost. What the fuck does that mean to me when it don't relate into a better product? We're not getting games that's on par with the height of PS3 and 360 era games. You know what I'm saying? We used to get certain game franchises multiple throughout a generation, and now you'll be lucky to get one of them. You used to, I swear, maybe I'm crazy, but you used to get two, three, four, five Ratchet and Clanks on certain PlayStation consoles throughout the
yeah,
generation. We
Which
used
is
to get
why.
two, three Halos and Gears of Wars on one generation. It's
right,
like you now we're and I'm happy you brought up Battlefield 2042 because yeah, we're all excited for Battlefield 6, but a lot of games don't get a second chance. You
yep,
you come out and you fumble, it's no guarantee you'll get to right your wrongs like what EA get to do when they fumble.
right.
Yeah.
It's
So
just
I mean, it's just like kind of funny that you get games like, for example, Expedition 33 that came out banging this year. Game of the year for sure, has to be in the conversation. Then you have other games like the Oblivion remake or remaster that came out for that price, and he offer really good value. Then you got other games like Peak that went viral that cost $5. Or
Mhm.
you got games like Schedule One that cost $15 and were extremely popular with streamers, and everybody was talking about them. And
It's
it's just
like
like,
Vampire Survivors too.
right,
Yes.
it's
Another one.
like the indies and the AAA industry are competing not only in like what game is popular or no, but like relevance. And indies are becoming something relevant. Like I
Double A
just
games
mentioned,
doing well too. Yeah, they're just
it's crazy. I
triple.
just mentioned Peaked, and
But
and
there's
that game is, in my opinion, I don't like it, but everybody's playing Peak. I don't know if you guys didn't play it or even know about it. You might not know about it,
Nah.
but it's super popular. Like, it's a
Mm.
game about like climbing mountains,
I've heard it. I'm just not interested in it.
but it's
I
just
mean,
like an
I might
example of
like it because I love
games
Jasant.
doing well. You know?
You
Um,
played
I,
Jasant before?
yeah, I love Jasant.
Hmm.
It was great.
That was a great game.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting though that there is part of, and this is across every community. There's the super minority in the gaming community that look at the price of a game and that tells them whether or not they think the game is going to be good. And so, like a really cheap $5 game that is blowing up, they would be like, "Oh, that's just trash because it's only cost $5." But you
Mhm.
go give them a $70 game, and they're like, "Oh my god, $70? That means quality. That game's got to be amazing." And I'm like,
No.
"Are you delusional? That isn't
No.
how things work." Like my game
Right.
of this generation, the generation was $50, which is Expedition 33. That's my game of the generation so far.
The
Um,
Generation.
yeah, yep.
Okay. I need to see an
That's
And I mean
example.
generation. I'm saying it as a.
that's generational glaze.
I
Like,
loved it. I loved it. I haven't enjoyed a game like that in the last like as much as I enjoyed that game in the
You
last
need to
10
play
years.
Death Stranding
Probably.
2, that Pete
I,
Kojima.
yeah, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
this, guys. Does LeBron play basketball with Gucci shoes, or does he play basketball with Nikes?
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
come on, bro. Let's keep it real. Gucci is ass. It's just the name of it. Doesn't mean that it's better than Nike, and that's just the truth.
Facts.
You know, they
Wait.
just are charging you for a premium because of the brand, straight up. So, like, there you go. I feel like gameplay is beating a spectacle. And you know why? Because gaming is about pressing buttons. Gaming
Mhm.
is about having fun, about that social interaction. It's not just about freaking, having something pretty in your TV. And I think that's where when the AAA industry, got
The
wrong.
Generation. I gotta go back to that. She them because I know you ain't like love it as much as everybody else did. I know you really appreciated it. So I gotta troll Panda a little bit, man. I can't let her
Mm.
just have her happy moment, man. The Generation is crazy, Panda. You think it's better than Starfield?
Yep.
Dragon's Dogma 2?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
She said
I
that
do.
Dragon's Dogma 2 is better
Oh.
than Starfield.
No, no, no. I'm saying Expedition 33.
Expedition 33 is better than Starfield.
To me, for the
Oh.
I just loved
She,
it. Everything about it. I
so
loved
basically
it.
what she's saying is
I'm
Xbox
not a
and
real
their
gamer. Is that what you're saying?
no, what you're saying is Xbox and their thousands of devs can't put out a better game than 40 people.
I mean,
Um,
we could say
they're
that
And
about
different
most of
games,
the
though.
industry. To be
every
fair, Nero, it's not just
of course,
Xbox.
of course, I'm just saying that's
Stop
why
trolling me, Nero.
no that's
It's
why
so
I'm
hard
pointing
to
it out because
compare, though. They different
They're
I like
completely
Claire.
different games.
I love Claire. I can't put it over
I like both,
Starfield.
and I finished
Yeah.
both, and I enjoyed both. So
I
I
think
don't.
it's
We didn't have to choose, bro.
subjective, though,
They were
right? It's
they were both
completely
on Game Pass. We
subjective.
got to play them. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you know what exposed it. I'm sorry, and I'm not gonna take this back. Kojima, and I know he probably loved the game as well. Kojima exposed Expedition 33 for me. I thought it was just this masterclass and writing and everything like that. And then Kojima, and it still is. It still is. It is a great game. Don't get me wrong. It was my game of the year. But I'm a glazed Death Stranding too. When that the way he what
Oh
he did with
hell
that game, the writing, The writing, the gameplay, the combat, the everything about that game blows Claire away. I'm sorry, and
Never
I'm
said the
gonna be honest,
combat.
Claire. I was
It's
having
like it's
Kingdom
like
Come
that when
Deliverance
people
3.
have sex, here and there, like once or twice a year. Be like, oh man, sex is so good. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
once or twice a year. Yeah, it must be really good for you. That's what I'm trying to say here with the combat. Like, no,
Yeah.
the combat in Death Stranding 2 was kind of like very very random, right? Like it was like
It had some elements from Metal Gear Solid. That's why I want to play that game, because he took some of that, like even some of the mission styles and the way you got to stealth through, and they got camo outfits and shit in there. Like they got snipers in there. They got a lot of guns I wasn't expecting. Like, motherfuckers got grenade launchers, snipe. They had a whole arsenal in that mug. So
yeah,
I ain't expect them to take a leap up, because the first game I think you only had like maybe rifles or something like that. I don't even really
yeah.
remember too much combat in the first game. Well, I do, but
He cooked. He cooked. I think he did a
yeah,
good
he
job
could.
with the game, though. I think he did. He actually did.
And they'll
But
probably be
that's
on
been
Xbox
great.
this time next year. So Xbox people are probably gonna outsell. It might outsell when it come to Xbox next year. It might do another million on. I don't know how much. We don't got the numbers for it on any other game. We got numbers on. I don't know the numbers on Death Stranding 2.
Oh,
In my opinion, it should have did 5 million. People keep talking about these PlayStation. How many units is out there? And this is coming from somebody that's damn near main in PlayStation at this point.
right.
Death Stranding 2 should have had 4 million fucking sales. It is one of the best games I played this generation, but it probably only did about 2 million, 3 million, if that. We don't have
Yeah.
the numbers. I don't know if somebody can if somebody can get the numbers. I'm just saying that's embarrassing. When you only doing that, they need to be going to PlayStation. At least, I mean, Xbox day one. At least let them motherfuckers match it with another million copies sold potentially. And you like, damn,
Yeah.
y'all not Nintendo. Y'all games ain't selling, man.
Oh my God.
Not to the way they should be or deserve. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this on
Right.
no console war and shit. I'm just saying that is a game that is deserving to be fucking played. And if it's only on your platform and you brag about how good your platform is from sun up to sundown, you should be playing these games. And I rub people the wrong way when I say this. If you go around parading every single Xbox Game Pass graphic that drop every month, you brag about how it's the best deal in gaming, and then the year ends and you only got 1 or 2 games finished that's in Game Pass. I mean, I guess if you're playing other games and shit, it all adds up. I'm not the one to pocket watch people or tell people how to play their games, unlike people try to do to me. But I'm just saying, if you're gonna champion shit from the sun up to sun down, like you get paid to do it, because a lot of people, believe it or not, y'all guys are walking fucking PlayStation advertisements. You guys are walking fucking Xbox advertisements. You guys are fucking walking Nintendo Switch. I get loving something and want to show it off, but you guys advertise for these fucking companies like you get paid to do it. Half of you guys don't even got Twitter checks, the blue check to get paid for the shit that y'all be saying.
My Zelda water bottle here, just
Yeah, Panda the biggest one. That's why she's the real grifter.
Yeah, Twitter doesn't even pay good or nothing, bro. They don't pay shit.
I don't get paid shit. I had to spend my own money on this.
Oh my God. Have you
Like,
seen? I think it was like Destiny. He posted once what he did with like a million view tweet or something. He made like $10 or something. Like they don't make nothing, bro. Twitter,
they don't. And then
yeah,
like I be trying to tell my
yeah,
homies, like, it's levels to this. Like, when I talk shit about people that console war, I'm not talking about the people that are funny as fuck or do it for a channel to get monetized for. I'm never gonna tell you not to do nothing you
right,
getting paid for.
yeah,
Nigga, hey, when the height of me console war on Xbox, guess what? I was getting paid to do so. I was coming on this pod, still get paid to do whatever the fuck we doing. Anytime me and Panda get even just a cent on this motherfucker, we making $1 to talk about gaming. A lot of people don't.
yeah.
So it's like, you guys don't even have, most of the people I talk about, they don't have no fucking YouTube channel, no podcast, they have nothing. You go to they have nothing
Yeah.
they're just doing, that's mental illness. If I'm gonna cap for something from sun up to sundown and do shit like I'm getting paid for it, I better be getting paid for it. I'll tell you that much.
Or at
Better
least
be
you want
doing
to
it.
grow as a content creator. Because
Yeah.
in my case, I like to post because I kind of want to like people go into my profile and be like, oh wow, he's saying something informative. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this is here at the freaking Epic Game Store free pickups this week, and here is the new games that are coming to Game Pass. This is a new announcement. This is this and that. Oh, ponies are talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of post like that.
That's
And
why
so
I
it's
fuck with your
just
content, man. Like, even the same thing as Plume. Like I say, y'all are my favorite. I don't watch a lot of Xbox content creators or PlayStation content creators, because I'm not going to you to listen to you talk about PlayStation or whatever, right?
yeah,
But you, by far, one of the only people I've like really freak with And that's why I'm like, yo, if you think Demo is just one of those console warriors and you want to, if you go to his channel, you're gonna be shocked by it. Yeah, you're gonna be not even just he a gamer, he's a good fucking content creator, yo, and he's
You're fucking
funny as
funny, man. I
fuck.
love it. I love
He's
it.
funny as fuck. If you're console warring and you don't got no fucking songs and a video dedicated to it, that's funny as hell. I can't look at you the same. I'm sorry. So Demo, it's levels to this. That's what
They're
I be trying to
taking
tell.
it
It's
too
levels to this.
seriously if they're not taking the piss and you're not having fun doing what you're doing. You're taking it way too
Yeah,
seriously,
way too
and we're
serious.
looking at people who do that all the time, and then the way they respond, and then they disappear offline when their
Hmm.
narrative suddenly gets
You got
thrown out the
MBG
window.
crashing out. I drop names. You got MBG crashing out on Twitter
Yeah.
because Xbox outsold PlayStation Helldiver wise. Like, damn, nigga, if you spent your big platform with 77,000 followers and 100K plus subscribers on YouTube highlighting how good the fucking game was, maybe it would have sold just as well on PlayStation. Instead, you dedicate your entire fucking time to wanting to see the downfall of Xbox. And it's the same way on both ends. That shit is
Yeah, it
corny as
is the
hell. And
same
at
way on
some
both
point, it
ends.
has to end. And I'm so happy that Microsoft and PlayStation is ending that shit. Send your games everywhere. If people want to swing on the Series S, let them do it. People want to swing on the X, let them do it. People want to play God of War because your home base is obviously not supporting the way they should. So,
Yeah.
All right, what is next on our list, Nero?
alrighty. My damn app crash. 1 sec.
We
We was talking so long. Great convo.
Yeah, your phone
Yeah,
is like,
that's-
nah.
I had everything open too.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So shout out to Hollow Knight, man. Shout out to Team Cherry.
Killing
We went.
shit.
That's why we talked so much because when you got a great game like that,
Yeah,
you
you
go in
have
the
to celebrate. Yeah, you have to celebrate.
you gotta
Yeah.
talk. You lead the rabbit hole. So, take this with a grain of salt. But Inside Gaming is teasing that Insomniac Games Wolverine is likely to be shown at PlayStation's next state of play. Sources say PlayStation is currently playing in a state of play towards the end of September, and I would say I'm excited about this if it's true, but I'm taking it with a grain of salt because these rumors nowadays they hit or miss. But I will say, me personally, I don't want to see nothing from it if it's not dropping next year. But I really, in my heart, believe Wolverine is coming next year from Insomniac Games. I think they work ethic is pretty good. I just think it probably would have been out if it wasn't for those leaks and stuff like that. They are very talented. I do think they might need some more helping on the writers end. I don't know if y'all feel the same way. I think the writing in Spider-Man 2 was a huge clear step back from Spider-Man 1. And I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a huge Ratchet and Clank fan, but I do feel like the older ones was kind of more quirky back in the day, if that makes sense. So I feel like the writing room need to be reassessed. But I'm excited for Wolverine. They do what they do well, superhero game wise, as far as Spider-Man. So are you
We'll
guys
see.
excited to see more Wolverine? Is something you'll check out when
I
it
mean,
definitely Xbox because it will.
first
Yes, sir.
off, Wolverine's out on PC right now. You know,
Yeah, right.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind
Arguably, it
of
might be the better
yeah.
ones,
That
depending on how
that's
it goes.
You
You know?
you
don't
know
know.
that's kind of messed up that the game got leaked, right? Because I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah.
where it's a PlayStation IP or whatever IP, like we are looking forward to like amazing big games, and when this shit happen, it sucks. It gotta suck, especially if you are the creator of these games. It's kind of sad, so I'm hoping and I'm rooting for Wolverine to be good. Now,
Yeah.
for what we've seen in those leaks, it wasn't looking that good. Now, you got to keep in mind too that was like years.
Hmm.
Still an
It was
alpha.
yeah. Still in alpha. It's just like basically a concept at that point. So I mean, let's hope that it hits. That's all we can say about it. It'll be a great thing also for the game to give face already because it's been a while that since they showed that trailer and now it's like where are you guys and to be updated about it. So yeah, hopefully it releases in a good state and people enjoy it. Like Nero said, they need I'm personally kind of over heroes, superheroes. Like for example, now it's not Mortal Kombat, it's Injustice, and I hate it because I don't
Hmm.
want to fight as Batman. I still want to be Liu Kang and Scorpion. It's just
Hmm.
like I don't know. The only superhero that I tolerate these days, Deadpool, because I think it's like the one that I can relate to is the funny one. It's like I don't know, it's just like so crazy and over the top. But other than that, the rest of the superheroes are extremely boring to me. I don't know. After the Avengers, I think it was like Endgame, everything like sort of fell off for me. and it's just like, you know, and that's
Mm.
it. That's how I feel about it. But Wolverine's always been cool.
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah,
X-Men.
there's something
So
cool about him.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just like the resilient, relentless guy that doesn't give up, and he's always like struggling.
chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, yeah, and it's always like the ace, right? Like everybody's aces, everybody's like counting on him. Is the one who's gonna get everybody out of trouble because it's the one with the, with that mentality. So I mean, I like it. Let's see what it does, man. Let's just be positive about it, right? Right? We can do it.
Yeah, I've got high hopes that it will show well. I say high hopes. I just hope that my biggest thing with Wolverine, and I also hope it comes out next year, is that the alpha that we saw the gameplay of is not going to be indicative of what we see in the final product around like how he moves. He just looked like the same frame from the way Spider-Man moved, and I was like, no, I need him to feel distinctively different. The way the frame works, the way the animation, how he moves, everything like that. Um,
I got a hot take.
and if he isn't, then I'm just going to be disappointed.
Disappointing.
And they really need to have a good story. I love Wolverine. But yeah, I'm fingers crossed. I hope it does show because I do want it to come out next year. You've got a hot take? What
I
is
got
it?
a hot take. This may have been needed, just period, because the way. And now look, people gonna look. We know that it's leak footage, just like the leak footage of GTA 6. We know it's not gonna look final game. We know it's not supposed to look good. It's literally just the beginning. But what I saw, I did not like. And if they would have continued in that direction, it looked like what I seen from them. It looked like the products of a slave studio. And I say that because PlayStation had no games to start this generation, and the only people that was really holding it down super heavy was Insomniac.
So like
With
cookie
the
cutter assembly line
Yeah.
type of
yeah,
generic
it
content.
just looked like it looked like a studio that was a lot of games on this plate. I think with the delay, they had a little bit of time to breathe from Spider-Man 3 and reset and just give all the attention to that.
Which is
I
what
may
I'm
be
hoping
wrong.
that
That's
they
just a
do,
take.
right?
Yeah,
I hope that they took away the feedback that they heard from the community around what the leaked footage of the alpha of Wolverine looked like, and then heard the criticism, and then made a massive change on what they wanted to do. Yeah, I have hope because I think Insomniac's a fantastic studio,
definitely.
Yeah.
and definitely
Definitely.
deserves everyone to take a look at it without a bias
Yeah.
around what they previously saw.
Yeah.
So I've got hope for it. I agree, Nero. I think that it needs to come out next year. If it doesn't, be sad.
hmm
Around that,
And
Wolverine plays
and
the
and if it
prototype too.
and I'm gonna be honest, and if it don't come out next year, because that's 2026, right? If it don't come out in 2026, don't come out until the next console at that point. Because in my opinion, this might be a hot take, but I think they did that I think that was a problem with PlayStation at the end of the PS4 generation. You put out so many games at the end of the generation. I feel like you should have kept a Days Gone or transferred for development of that game over to PS5 and let that be a launch title. But you
Mm,
got Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, Days Gone. You had that's 4 or 5 like really good ass games at the end of the PS4 gen, and then the PS5 come and you're all dried out. So don't make that same excuse. If it's not ready to go next year, don't let it come when the PS6 drop.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, the people who say PlayStation don't got no games are the people that didn't beat the games that's right there in front of them. The same way people say Xbox don't got no good games or first party games are the same people who don't play or beat the gems Xbox has been dropping all generation. So, play what's in front of you. Now, I'll put this next piece of news in here because I personally don't care. I'm not a huge JRPG fan. But the reason I put it in here is because everybody and every news article around the world loves to highlight when games skip Xbox. So over here at Aim Down Sites, we do a little thing where we like to highlight when games don't skip Xbox, especially Japanese games and JRPG. Shout out to Square
Yep.
Enix for getting out of that Illuminati slave contract Jim Ryan had them in. Shout out to them. And now they have freedom. Square Enix is Octopath Traveler Zero will be coming to all platforms, and they also announced the specs. So on the PS5 and Series X is 4K 120. On the Series S is 1080p 120 FPS. So that's dope. Even though it's a JRPG, you love that 120 FPS in any game, just smooth, buttery, more fluidity.
Yep.
You love it. On the Switch 2, 1080p 60, and on the Switch 1, 720p 30. So if it's anybody listening, if you like your JRPGs and you get mad and upset every time one of them niche ass games skip Xbox, you got something to celebrate. This sounds like
Yeah,
a dope little game.
jump popping down.
Yeah.
Crisscross. um, honestly, man, whatever. Who cares, man? Shit. There's so many games to play that if a game doesn't come to Xbox or vice versa, if it doesn't go to PlayStation, like every side is gonna be alright.
Yeah.
There's so much going on. Um, yeah, Autobot Traveler, the first one. I tried the first one. I haven't played the second one, but the first one was okay. I got a little bored after a while. I like Sea of Stars better. I think Sea of Stars is
Yeah.
my
Sea of
favorite.
Stars is one of the
Out
ones
of
I like the
all
most.
of those like that, Sea of Stars, go check it out if you're really into
Mhm.
RPGs. It's like so freaking amazing. They really did a dope job with that game, man. Honestly, go check it out.
Mhm. Panda, you a fan of JRPGs? Do you plan on checking this out?
I've played one of the Octopath Traveler games. I don't know which one it was actually. I didn't finish it because I was like, I'm putting it down. I want to play it on a handheld. I would prefer to
Mm,
play that game on a handheld than on a console.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
uh, it's just nice to see that Square Enix is standing behind what they said, and the relationship with Xbox and Square has got to a point where we can see them release games on a regular cadence at the same time as other platforms, and not feel like second class citizens in the gaming community around that. So kudos to them, and it's just good to see. It's good to
yeah,
see.
Mhm.
good news.
Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown hits 3 million players. That's one of my favorite little side-scrolling Metro. It really is the game that got me into that. So if I when I go play Silksong and whenever I go get around to checking it out, it's gonna be because of Prince of the Persia. Really
Not
got me
Ori?
into that.
Yeah.
No, when Ori dropped, that's one of those ones I never like. Now that I'm older, I appreciate those type of games now, and it
Mm,
got me wanting to go back and play the ones that I did miss. The reason I didn't get Silk Song, it's only 20 fucking bucks. You know what I'm saying? The reason I didn't
Yeah.
get it, and
True.
it's in
True.
Game Pass as well, so you can't
Yep.
go wrong with it. But the reason I'm not playing it, even with it being in Game Pass, is I kind of want to play the first one since it's so highly regarded,
yeah,
and it's been
Mm.
in my backlog on Xbox and PlayStation. Just never got around to playing it. So shout out to them. Shout out to Ubisoft. I hope that team continues to make those style games, and I hope Ubisoft continue to be diverse and make these different type of experiences.
I'm waiting to see Ubisoft with their actual remake of the Sands of Time. Was the Sands of Time that was being remade?
Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, because the original sentiment from the community was no, and so they've had to go back and rework it. So I'm excited to
Mm.
see what actually happens with the rework and the art style around that. Yeah, nothing else to add there for me though. Well done though,
All
three
right.
million players. Good job.
Yep.
yeah. It's awesome.
This is for me, Reese, and probably the other last like 10 live, active, breathing Saints Row fans out there. Saints Row reboot reportedly started as a direct sequel to Saints Row 3. This probably don't mean nothing to a lot of people, and because 3 was kind of already such a big step back from 1 and 2. From even though I still kind of enjoyed 3, it was kind of the first like steps in the direction of where it ended up now. And I think it would have been really dope for them to make that. I think they should have just remastered the first two games, put all the whatever amount of money they spent on on Saints Row 4. I think they should have just tried to remake one of the first two games because those two games are gold, and I think they would thrive in this era with upgraded visuals. If you played them, then you know what I'm talking about. But I put this in here because I think these devs, man, you need to start being more in touch with your community, man. I think if you ask 90% of the Saints Row fan base, the people that have bought all the millions of copies that have been sold, if you ask them or start putting out polls or putting out, even if it's in the Discord with just real Saints Row fans, start asking what the community wants. Nobody want what a lot of you devs are giving us. It's like you guys are so fucking out of touch to the point where you lose money, and then studios get shut down, jobs get lost, shit get changed because the higher ups or whoever don't want to just simply ask, what do the fans want?
Yeah.
Because
Mm,
if you ask what all Saints Row fans want, we all would have said, not what the fuck you're making over there. We don't
yeah.
want that. We all would have took either a remake of the first two or just and when you say reboot, go reboot. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not.
When
I'm
you
done. I'm not
reboot
talking
something,
about
you
it
don't
anymore.
kill it.
Let's move on.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I have to agree with you, Daryl. And I'm a Saints Row enjoyer. All of them. I've been all
Man
of
of
them.
culture.
I played all of them, even the latest one, the reboot. Yeah, and the one that everybody hated and
I don't
everybody
think it
went.
was like that horrible, but you know,
Yeah, but it was bad. We're talking
it was
about
bad.
gang members, and you got a DJ in your gang
Yeah.
that he doesn't wear a
I
shirt
always got to
on.
shut up.
I mean, come on, who's gonna take you seriously? And I know people in the hood be hanging around
You
with
feel
those,
me?
with no shirt on and stuff. But it's like, come on, make it gang, make it like really, really raw, like that culture, because that Saints Row, that's what it's all about. It's about gangs, and
Saints
your
Row
gang
went
gotta
woke.
feel boring. You know what I'm saying? And everybody with their dances and everybody with their walk and all of that.
Mhm.
It's just like that's what really makes Saints Row like a game to play, right? The whole thing, the whole culture. But it wasn't as bad. I enjoyed Got Out of Hell too, which is like weird as hell. Like I
Mhm.
didn't expect that one to be so good, and I enjoyed that one. I don't know if you guys got to play that expansion. Was it like a standalone
Mhm.
spin-off that they
Yeah,
go
I
to
didn't get to
hell
play it.
and
I
you
played it,
didn't
but
get
didn't
to
beat
play
it.
it?
I didn't
Oh
beat it.
no, play it. I played it and
Okay.
I beat it in co-op complete the whole thing, and
Okay.
it was just like cool to do with somebody else, bro. Games are fun. Like if you play a game by yourself, it's gonna be boring. But just you have one of your homies with you, riding with you, and going through the same shit with you, it just like makes it so much better, like 200% better. So
Mhm.
I mean, uh, yeah, it
Hey,
is. It
hey,
is.
hey, hey, Reese, you fake as fuck. Where you at? Come to the front, Reese. You. Any other time Saints Row being talked about, Reese always want to be out here capping and defending for these mid ass
They're
games.
throwing it
Never
under
want
Yo,
the
to be quiet.
bus.
I
Yeah, yeah.
think
No thanks, Row.
I think Grizzly said it right there. Saints Row was gentrified.
Yo, I was just about
He
to say
told,
that. Yo,
yeah,
that might be the first game that went woke. Like
but it's not
because
woke like that. It's just like, I
I
mean,
don't know. I don't
those people
know.
are
I know
supposed
we
to.
hate that term, but I don't know. It is examples of some shit.
I
I'm
don't think that it was woke in that sense, but it was woke in the sense like you want to include people who are not hood like that, who wouldn't
like,
ever touch a gang. Like
fucking
that
college
DJ would
students.
never be on a gang. That other chick that wasn't there, that dude would never. Don't even get me started with the black dude with the glasses. Like, come
Man,
on,
come on,
bro. It
man.
ain't
Come on,
nobody
man.
gonna let that. Ain't
Come on,
nobody
man.
gonna put that homie on. It ain't no say. No, you know what I'm saying? But whatever, man. He put in work, bro. He's the guy with the credit cards and the names and the banks, and it's like I got good credit, so you can get a whip and slide on these
Hey,
people.
hey,
Whatever,
Reese, I
whatever.
got your back. I got Reese back. Hold up. We're gonna move on because we ain't gonna get Saints
Yeah,
Row
yeah,
too much time,
yeah,
Panda. Trust me, I know.
yeah,
Look,
that's true.
but I
Very
will
good.
say not too much on Reese's favorite game of the generation. Not too much on my brother's favorite game. And I'm gonna give him this what I really like. Saints Row lets you unlock your frame rates. That was one of the first games this generation on. Apparently, PlayStation been doing it with their games. I wouldn't know because I just got over there with the Pro last year. But over on Xbox, we don't really get the option to just unlock our frames or play around with settings the way we should have been able to. So, Jen, if you play that on Xbox, you got they first of all you got 1080p. You can switch it to 1440p. You can click on ray trace global. Ambient occlusion. You can click it off. So you really got it at your fingertips. What you want to click on and off and play with, right? And the reason that's so dope to me is because when you do get something like a PlayStation 5 Pro or you get a next gen game, a next gen Xbox or next gen PlayStation 6 is gonna brute force through all that. So I don't know. Nobody is going back to play Saints Row reboot but me, or maybe Reese, or maybe Demo on a bad day. Maybe we just say, I just want some brainless
Nah, man, I have
some
it installed in my computer at this moment, bro. I play that when I'm like chilling, listening to YouTube videos or something. Maybe
yeah.
sometimes I'm listening to a podcast or listening to like sports news or something like that, and I have that on my background playing, and I'm playing Saints Row because I'm just fucking shit up,
I
with an RPG, wearing a skirt or
yeah.
jumping off of a
Yeah.
helicopter. It's just like, what the
Yeah.
hell is going on? It's
I'm gonna
madness.
be honest. I'm gonna tell y'all the secret. I love the aim down sights community, and I loved everybody on the panel right now and in the chat. I'm gonna be honest. I know I like being, comparison things on the console side. I'm not on the PC side. So when it comes to consoles, I like to do my own comparisons, not no digital foundry shit. So, I beat it on Xbox. I enjoyed it. It was $3. It was $3 on PlayStation. I bought it on the Pro. And I got a frame counter on my monitor. I loaded it up.
What's up, Web Dave?
I went to the 4K mode and the 1440p because remember them same settings I was telling you about demo. I cut on the ray tracing, I cut everything on, and it was a lock 60. It was a lot. I said this ain't too shabby, and I started playing it, and I was like, "Fuck no, bro, I'm not doing this." I had to force myself to delete it because I was like, "Yo, if I lock in and beat Saints Row and I got Claire Expedition not finished, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Assassin's Creed Shadow," I said, at Doom, I said, yo, I would never forgive myself. So guilty. I'm gonna be honest, I had to force myself to delete it. But in its current states, I said, I might drive around a little bit. It's an ass game though, man. Sorry, Reese, your game is you like bad games. Okay, so this is another bad game. I don't want to get early. I don't want to gloom and doom, but the writing is on the fucking wall. Haven Studios game director Daniel Drapeau has left the studio and joined Warner Brother Games in Montreal in August last month, basically 2025. I'm like, yo, why is this being made but not a reboot of Resistance or the Killzone remaster or any Sly? We don't want this shit. I don't want this shit. Nobody wants this shit. They didn't want Concord, and here you are wasting money again. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope this shit come out and be a really fun ass experience. But
if it comes out at the rate it's going, I don't even think it's going to make it over the finish line.
Exactly. Oh yeah, what's good, Web Dave? What's good, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys care? I don't care. I just thought I'd put this in there because we're slowly watching. It's a staircase every episode, right? Demo Panda. Every episode is another step, but it's in the wrong direction. We're stepping, us watching, we're walking up the steps of the game being canceled. And the devs is walking down the steps as in out the door.
As they're going out the door.
They're going out the door.
Chances are that this has been canceled already, but they're not gonna say it until they're ready to say it. I don't know, man. It's just like who in the hell?
They're trying to save the studio,
and like
rather than the game.
I don't know. Like you said, Nero, they should be working on something else. Like maybe an established franchise that people could be excited to play, and it hasn't been around in a while. Rather than a heist game that they're gonna drop in the same year that another heist game, which is the goats of all goats, GTA 6 is gonna drop. So I mean,
I think you might be onto something. You said the game is already canceled. They just haven't announced it yet. And I think I'm with you because if you notice about PlayStation, every time it's bad news, they followed up with some shit. So I think if they gonna cancel this game, they're gonna cancel it the day of the Wolverine, the Wolverine State of Play. The same day, that morning, they're gonna announce, that week when we about to see Wolverine is when they're gonna drop that. So everybody gonna be like, oh, look at they canceled another game, but then the Wolverine gameplay looked fire enough. Because remember, Concord got taken off the shelves the same day Astrobot launched, which went on to be Game of the Year. So it was like, the game is being taken away. That first of all, nothing overshined that. But in PlayStation mind, they like, well, we're gonna give them Astrobot while we take this. The whole industry is like, you can't overshine. Nothing could overshine that. That's the biggest debacle, like the biggest just
400 million debacle, at least 400 million. That doesn't take into account any marketing.
I got a question for you guys though, and I don't know if whatever, but how do you think Geoff Keighley is gonna react when he have to hand out the Game of the Year award to a AA studio or indie title this year? Because I think if any other game, wins over Silksong or Expedition 33, like they're gonna get found out, bro. The whole community is really behind these two games.
Yep.
So how do you think this is gonna be? How do you think it's gonna play out?
This might be a
just gonna do what he did last time and come up with some excuse because of like how what game was not missed the cutoff? What game missed the cutoff?
A lot of games last year. It's too many to name.
How a lot of games missed the cutoff. Missed the cutoff to actually get into Game of the Year nomination.
Hellblade?
I can't remember. I don't think it
was before.
It might have been it might have been one of the Forza games actually.
Yeah, it was Forza Horizon. Yeah, definitely.
And they're like, oh well, it missed the cutoff, and it's like, well, technically a year goes from the 1st of Jan to the end of December, so yeah, I don't know. They come up with so many excuses, and I don't think that his Game of the Year award actually should be given any weight or credence behind them because it just feels so fake. I mean, it's meant to celebrate the devs in the games that they've developed and made and etc and all the work that they put into it. But I feel
I
like
agree and disagree at the same
a
time. Like
bad
I agree because you're right, but the only reason I disagree is when games like It Takes Two win. You know what I'm saying? Like these little
Yes.
indie games that nobody expect. Like if
Baldur's Gate
Silksong,
3.
yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, like that's when I disagree. But when it's just like the watered down, just trying to hand somebody something because a lot of people might be mad when if Death Stranding win it, which he might because we know he's in cahoots with PlayStation. But in my
Oh yeah.
honest opinion, I wouldn't be mad at that. I think as what all I played, Death Stranding 2 is just a different experience. Maybe it's because of what happened in my life around the time I rolled credits and how that went. But that's what gaming is about. What connects with you during when you play. So
Right.
everybody experience is personal, but I don't know. I wouldn't care too much about it either way. But I think sales need to start taking a part in it because Death Stranding 2 is my personal game of the year, and it will win if you ask me. But did it sell like a game of the year? And you
Did
could say the
people
same
play
thing
it?
about Astrobot. You know what I'm saying? You saying the game is the game. I mean, I don't know because I just think if Silksong is as equally good as every other game this year, but it don't win, but it outsold every game this year and is as good as every game, that should account for something. I'm not saying
Yep.
it should be the end all be all,
Yep.
and it shouldn't matter what it sells if you're talking about indie game of the year, this, that, and the third. But if you're talking about the overall aspect game of the year, if it's so good to where everybody is voting for it, but the sale numbers and player count not reflecting that, it's like, well, it's kind of like some agendas going on.
I think the biggest
Because
issue
I
though
don't know.
is Jeff Keighley is attached to
Am I
that
tripping,
awards.
chat?
Like if
Let
he
me know.
wasn't attached, then people might be more accepting of what happens, but because he's attached to it, and there's no real understanding of why the people who get to vote
Hmm.
are chosen,
We don't even know who the
Right.
voters are.
etc. And so
Exactly.
it's not transparent. I think that's the biggest issue people have with that show is
Mhm.
there's not a lot of transparency about how things end up the way they
Yeah.
end up.
It's a bunch of
Yeah.
IGN editors the
Yeah.
MBGs of the world, the
Icon Era.
Dreamcast guys, the Game
Yep.
Icon.
Ranks,
Metro.
the Angry Joes of the world, and all
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Pretty
Push
much all the people
Square.
that,
Mhm.
yeah, Push Square. You know what I'm saying? Um, shit,
Yeah.
soon to be us. If we all sell out, all they gotta do
Yeah.
is send us that check, y'all. But
I mean, shit.
so
Okay.
Rocksteady Studios has found their new game director, Bill Money. Shout out to Bill Money, man. He worked on Assassin's Creed Mirage, Valhalla, Origins. He was the design director on Arkham Origins, which is a very underrated game. It's
Mm-hmm.
just slept on because of how good the other games are. The role is tied to a third person melee combat open world traversal. What does that sound like? All hallmarks of the Arkham trilogy. I'm really hoping, man. What do y'all think? Because Batman, my favorite person. I'm not gonna look into it and get disappointed if this becomes nothing. So I'll get y'all opinion and
You got
go to the
Leo
next topic.
Batman, the new one. That's fine. That's all you need, right?
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
exactly what they should do. But now it's gonna be hard because they have competition. They got that Lego Batman now
Yep.
Yeah.
that is looking good and everybody's super excited about. And this is what happens when you neglect your games for so long. You need to keep feeding the fans because otherwise people are gonna forget about it. Like for
Hmm.
example, you drop something like a SOCOM today and nobody will give a shit. And why is that? Because nobody know what SOCOM is. And this is
Correct.
why Xbox had to go out there and drop Gears of War Reloaded to sort of remind everybody what Gears of War was,
And start
and
a new fan
not
base,
to
yeah.
allow that much time to have to go by without giving anything to the fans, and that way they forget, they leave, they find something else, and that's just how it goes. They need to be quick with it. Whatever they're doing, they need to put it out there and make sure you put it in people's faces so that everybody can see it. And that way, hopefully, the game succeeds. Because we cannot
This
have another Justice League, what is it like, Suicide Squad type
mm.
shit going on that we had. Even though I played Suicide Squad and I thought the gameplay was kind of cool, I didn't care too much for the story, but I think the gameplay was kind of like kind of cool with the homies. Like you play that
Yo,
with a homie, and it's kind of cool. Like you play boom boom, you shoot your shit, and that's it. There's nothing to it. But if you're so into a story, then you probably wouldn't like it. You know, I mean, it is what it is.
Lyric is hilarious, man. Breaking insider news: ADS is in talks to be acquired by Jeff Keighley. The brand will be called Push Circle Gaming. That's
Right.
funny as fuck, man. Man. So yeah, man. I love Rocksteady classic Rocksteady, what I grew up on with the Arkham. I feel like they're a shell of their former self. And this goes back to what I was saying earlier, guys, that if Rocksteady put out a simple poll, hey guys, about to start working on our next game or whatever, and we're wondering what would you guys be interested in more, a live online co-op action based Suicide Squad game, right? Or would you guys like us to remake the Arkham trilogy as we find out what's next? I guarantee everybody would have said remake the Arkham trilogy, and it would have sold quadruple times what the fuck what you call it. So, and I'm sorry, like certain games just make sense to remaster, and I know people get tired of hearing that. I'm sorry that PlayStation ruined it by remastering half of this gen. That don't got nothing to do.
That's all they've done.
Got nothing to do with the rest of the fucking industry. The rest of us would love the Oblivion remake that came. We love these games we love the Metal Gear Delta, as you see 1 million copies in 2 days. I'm sorry that all the Sony people is burnt out. I just got here last year, so I'm loving the remakes that they put out and remasters. I'm late. I wasn't a sucker. I didn't have to pay for them.
You didn't buy 4 versions of the same game?
Exactly. I simply subbed to a service that charged me $16.01 after taxes, and I got to play everything that everybody pays $70 to play. So yeah, you're damn right. I'm enjoying my home over there. But yeah, I don't know, man. What the fuck was what was the topic?
You are something else.
Yeah, fuck Rocksteady, man. Oh, I was saying remakes, man. I was saying it just make more sense. I'm sorry, guys, because it's the industry keep mind screwing me. I'm just saying it makes more sense to, if you don't know what to do next and you have a classic beloved IP and franchise, bro, bring that up to date and play it safe so you can get secure money that's gonna hold people jobs for a little longer. You guys can't tell me if they remake from the ground up the Arkham trilogy on the Series XS, PS5 Pro, and these latest PCs, and actually make it run good and smooth. Because I mean, it's a question mark with UE5 nowadays, depending on what engine they use. Right? That shit is gonna fly off the shelves. Even if they decide to charge $70, that's 3 full games, and everything is there. You don't have to write anything. Everything is there. You literally just bring it up to date. That's free money that's going to keep jobs and hold you guys off, because you guys are obviously creatively fucking bankrupt, hence Suicide Squad. So you guys need more time to figure out what's the big next thing. Sometimes you need to go back to what was the big last thing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sorry, guys, it's burnt out from remakes, but me personally, so I still want Dead Space 2 remake. Never get it. I still want True Crimes remake. I'm hoping Microsoft eventually do something with it. I
want LA Noire to be remade.
Yeah.
Come on. You want that game to be remade?
I would, because that game was dope. I just needed that 60.
I just want the better, modern day, because it's like with the visuals around like the way that you can do facial capture.
Yeah, because you got to read people in that game. Right. You got to pay attention to their facial expressions and shit. Yeah. Imagine Hellblade quality facial expressions. Yeah. And LA, I'm with you. I'm with you, Panda. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I see the vision, and I need LA Noire at 60 because, like, again, I'm a console peasant. You know what I'm saying? Now I know them will get to go enjoy LA Noire at 130 frames over there. So, but us console peasants like me and the rest of us, man, I wouldn't mind that. And the Bully, come on, man, the Bully.
Yeah, Bully.
Well, they're already redoing The Witcher 1 for me, which I'm really happy about. So I don't need to request that anymore to be redone. I'm so happy that one's being redone.
The Witcher 1?
Yeah, it's awful on PC. Absolutely awful.
The Witcher 1 wasn't that good. The Witcher 2 either. I didn't like those that much. The Witcher 3 was such a big step forward.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm glad they're redoing The Witcher 1.
Yeah, they were doing it. Like, I'm down for that one. But they
are. I'm excited for it. It needed it. It got stuck on PC, and it needs Witcher 3 like control mechanics and stuff. So I'm so glad when that game comes out. I'll be there day one.
All right, guys, just a couple last pieces of quick news and some latest game scores for y'all before we get into the main topics of the night. Square Enix, Yoshi P says in an interview that he doesn't see the need for new consoles, and I quote, "I feel like there's no need for new hardware because I think people are happy with the Series X and S, the PS5 and Switch 2, and honestly, from a player perspective, hardware is expensive to buy." He is 100% correct, and that's why this is about to be the longest cross-gen. If you think the PS4 and Xbox One sticking around this long is something, then trust me, the PS5 is still going to be getting games when the PlayStation 7 launch. So
Yeah, it's gonna be nasty.
I even said that even into next generation, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are gonna get some sort of support. Even into the next generation, possibly. And that's crazy to even think about it. Because I mean, they are releasing ports to PlayStation,
Put the phone up on
4
screen,
and
guys.
Xbox One. At this point, when they said they're still doing it. And they do this after the fact, after they've released the games and they let it ride for a little bit and they want that extra. Okay, Nero, no wonder
yep.
that is puffing puff
Hey
pad.
man, it's my meditation. This is a cigar, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we got. I don't know. Panda be having. Panda's so popular. Every time she step out there in the middle of nowhere, all the
Hey,
kids run up to her. Aim down sights. Aim down sights. You know, all the
I
dopers.
wish.
Red Dead
I wish
Panda.
no one. No,
I
New
try to.
Zealand is
I try
very
to think about the
humble, and
kids.
they're just like, do your own thing. Guess who I okay. So this week I went to the supermarket, and has any of you watched The Wheel of Time?
what
Mm,
is that? Was that like a
It's on
show, like
Amazon
a
Prime.
reality?
It got 3 seasons. They aren't going to renew it for a fourth season, which I'm really gutted about. But it's a fantasy show. If anyone in
nah,
the
I
chat
haven't
who's
seen
watched
it.
The Wheel of Time, one of the actors, the character who plays Nynaeve, is a Kiwi. And I was in the supermarket, like a couple of minutes walking distance from my house, and I looked up and I was like, "Wait a second, I recognize that face." And then I realized it was the actress from Wheel of Time, one of the actresses from Wheel of Time, and I was like, "Lol."
Mm,
But I didn't. In New Zealand, you just leave people to go about and do their thing, regardless of whether they're famous or not. You just leave them to do their thing. They're in the supermarket, let them shop. And
mm,
so, yeah, it was cool though. That was my thing. But
Nice.
I agree with you guys anyway. Around like I do feel like there is a need for new hardware because there are people who want consistent iterative upgrades. Whether or not consumers are going to buy that new hardware is always going to be it's a double edged sword in that respect. I think a lot of people still haven't switched over to the current gen,
yeah.
and so they probably won't pick up the new hardware. There are going to be the likes of us who are going to pick up new hardware because we want to have the shiny new things. Hardware is really expensive to buy.
It
Games are
is.
getting that way too. This isn't the first time we've talked about it. We're talking about it for the last like how many years that gaming is a really expensive hobby, and it's really hard to sit there and watch companies go, oh, we're going to put our prices up while then reporting record high profits and those sort of
Yeah,
things. And you're
yeah.
like,
That's why I don't like to brag about it. Now I will say it. It's a difference between like I wouldn't say like it's bragging. Like when I see Xbox revenue numbers up, like I don't brag. I don't look at the numbers to brag. A lot of people do because when you brag, it backfires when they turn around and cancel a Perfect Dark and close a studio or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of backburns because it's just like, well, why am I praising this and then I end up
yeah,
getting less in a sense. You know, a contraband get canceled, even though that's not just them. So it's kind of hypocritical, but it's also from a fan perspective cool to see those numbers and feel good about the brand you love thriving. That's why it's like I say,
yes.
sometimes you got to separate the two. You know, people being happy about Xbox becoming profitable, Game Pass being profitable. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. If you love that ecosystem brand, you want it to continue to be
I mean,
successful and
you've
stick around.
invested money into it. It would be really shocking to suddenly go, I've invested money and time and energy into this, and then suddenly it's gone under, and now I don't have it anymore. And I feel like that's what you should be taking away from it doing well in that respect. But
Yeah.
when you look at it from a consumer standpoint, and then you see the prices going up,
Hmm.
and you're
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah. That's another thing. Prices
yeah,
going up. Um, and I don't think I put it in here. Um, I don't think I did. Maybe I did. No, I didn't. But speaking of prices going up, you know, PlayStation had a recent price hike, and we spoke about that. But it's a
last
new
yeah,
SKU. It's a new SKU, right? That's going on in Europe. It's not in the
digital
States,
edition.
but it's less storage. They're
It,
going down from 1 terabyte back down to 800 gigabytes. Like, and the price is not going down.
nope.
So it's
You
like, what the fuck? Like, and demo once again, demo. I think I believe you made a video calling them out about it, and I'm like, damn, nobody talking about that. But here we go. Like I said, you got the people like the MBGs of the world, big ass following, big ass platform that's not gonna mention and counter that, but you upset about Helldivers doing well on another platform that you just hate for some reason. That shit's strange, man.
Yep.
That's strange. And Sony. Come on, man. That's some bullshit. It don't even affect me. I look. I got a Pro. I'm happy with my Pro, but that don't mean
You
shit.
got
That
it
don't
at the
mean I'm
cheaper
a
price too.
yeah. But nah, fuck. Not even just talking about. It's just a storage spot. Like, why? How the fuck is you going backwards? Like,
How do you give you pay more but you get less out of it? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, Mo, I'll let you cook on that one if you want. Yeah.
Oh my god, man! I got so pissed off because I'm, like you said, Nero, I'm not being affected by it. First off, I don't even, have PlayStations like that. But what about the new people who are buying into
exactly.
the ecosystem, who are willing and wanting to play these games, and then they figured out, like, damn, I can only download 2, 3 games and that's it. Like, and they're also getting a product that's worse for the same price. So if you're gonna downgrade
Doing
the
this right
product,
before GTA. Come on, think
yeah,
about that demo. You got
yeah,
Black Ops. Let's say you got Black Ops 6, Battlefield 6, and GTA installed,
that's
and
it. It's
2K.
gone. It's
God
gone.
forbid, you better hope you can get Madden on that motherfucker. You're
Yeah.
Yeah,
done. You're
or
cooked.
FIFA or something like
You're
that. Yeah,
cooked. And that's just third party games. Demo. That's something where those games I just named is what most people who game is gonna buy and play no matter what platform they're on. If you're on Xbox PC, people are gonna buy Madden. They're gonna buy 2K. They're gonna buy Call of Duty. They're gonna buy Battlefields. Those is 4 games that's gonna sell well no matter the platform. So you're telling me you got 800 gigabytes of storage for $500?
and that's without counting all
Isn't that
the
the
storage that
storage
goes
amount
to
of
the
the
OS.
And that
original
and
base PlayStation launched with? Like
yeah, but and that's
825
and that's why
gigabytes?
that's Panda. That's why I didn't get a PlayStation 5 day one, because that's what's on the box. That's not what's usable. You're gonna
Yeah.
have 600 gigabytes usable up out of that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
And that's why I got an X. I'm like, day one, I'm like, well, shit. The Series S got 500 gigs of storage, and the
Shit.
PS5 got usable 600 gigs of storage. I'm like, man, for real, for real. I'm like, that shit don't seem fair.
But who looked at this and said, "This is a great idea, guys. Let's
Yeah.
reduce the amount of storage space and let's still charge the same amount." Like,
Yeah,
what
let's
the fuck?
celebrate that.
Consoles have already gone up in price, and you're charging more but giving less. It's asinine and it's stupid. And for anyone who isn't calling it out, um, you should be. Stop focusing on a game coming to Xbox and start focusing on what's happening in your own world, which is PlayStation is fucking ripping you off and ripping potential consumers who haven't bought a console yet off if they want to go digital. It's
I try to
bullshit.
tell people all the time that if you try to use the excuse, I'm gonna tell you the stupidest thing you can do and say as a gamer, right? When game prices go up, they say, "Well, I already have mine. That don't affect me." You're fucking stupid as
Bullshit.
hell, because at any moment your console can die. It happens all the time. It's been happening across every generation. You can do everything wrong. You might move it from the living room and it was too rough unplugging the HDMI. If you got kids, these consoles is not like really built to last the way they are. Everybody I know got problems with their Series X for sure, or their PS5 to
But
some degree.
you become part of the problem. You become complicit, and then they're like, "Oh, these people aren't calling it out, so it's okay to do it." Everyone, regardless of whether you own a console now or not, and you didn't get charged those prices, should be calling out this anti-consumer bullshit. And that's all it is. It's absolute bullshit. These companies are greedy. They do not care about you as a consumer. They just see you as
Mhm.
dollar signs on a spreadsheet. That's all they look at you as. And
Yeah.
you then go and clout chase and everything else for this company. They don't respect your time. They don't respect your dollar. And it's happening it's happening everywhere, whether it's on Nintendo, whether it's on Xbox, whether it's on PlayStation,
Yep.
whether it's
All
on
of them.
PC, everything, everywhere that you choose to game, these companies are looking at ways to nickel and dime you. You have an opportunity to vote with your wallets. I called out Xbox's bullshit with increasing their hardware prices, and I said just expect that this is going to make it easier for them to then justify the next gen prices. Called
Mhm.
out PlayStation last week. Call out this because if this was in the news last week at the same time that the console prices went up, this would have blown up even more. But I don't hear a lot of people talking about this to the same degree that they would talk about Xbox putting prices up. If Xbox did this, holy shit.
Mhm.
Sony does
It's
it. Oh, I've already bought my hardware. It's okay. It doesn't impact me. It impacts you whether you see it or not. At the end of the day, it's just going to impact you later down the line when you get a new piece of hardware.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because It's not only okay. Let's keep it real. It's not only PlayStation. It's not only in the gaming industry. This is happening across the board.
Shrinkflation.
Everything. Like think about it. When you buy a bottle of Coca-Cola, right? It had a
Mhm.
certain shape. Now it has even a hole, like just to give you less. Like I'm like, really? Y'all chipping out? Like multi-million-dollar companies are chipping out. And look, at the end of the day, they're giving you a favor because Coca-Cola is super bad for you. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Mhm.
just like, okay, yo, like, but it's I'm paying for the product, and you're telling me that this is the amount of milliliters that I'm getting, and you are literally robbing me.
Yeah.
If you give me less for the same price. So let's be fair and let's call this bullshit out, or whatever, whoever. Even PC parts are, it's kind of ridiculous too. How is this more expensive than the other one when the other one has more raw power? And in
Yeah.
this one, you are selling me software which doesn't cost you a thing. I mean,
And you know what? You know what else don't make no sense to me, demo from especially with it being from PlayStation doing this, right? It makes no sense because they have the better SSD solution than the proprietary slots card we got with Xbox. Like you can go get a terabyte
M.2 drive.
SSD for PlayStation, and that shit like 60, 80, $90 on Amazon. I think I paid like 80 for my 1 terabyte. I really should have got 2 terabytes
yeah,
because it was like 120. So unless the price of those are going up, which we know they're fucking not, why the hell are you doing that? Like it's easy
well,
as hell to it makes no sense, man.
I think
Sony being greedy
yeah,
and it's ridiculous.
all of them.
I think
Uh,
in the Europe they're passing that bill to say, like, how you get like a, say, Coca-Cola, great example, but like a chocolate bar, and you get a chocolate bar and then they like make it smaller but they charge the exact same amount of price, the same price for it.
Yeah,
um and now if they do that, if they change the size of what they're giving you, they have to show and advertise, like they can't hide the fact that they've
right,
shrunken the product. They need to
mhm.
be doing that in every industry worldwide, regardless of
right,
what it is. If it's the same product and they change it essentially, and give you less, they should be showing that you're getting less than that. PlayStation
right,
should have to advertise that the original version had 1 terabyte this price, the new version
Mhm.
has 825 gigabytes, and it's the same product. Yes, there might be iterative improvements with the way they manufacture it and put it together,
right.
but that doesn't take away the fact that you're getting less
But
for what you're
Panda,
paying.
you know who's
I'm
supposed to
telling
do
you what
that?
it is, man. It's a bunch of warehouses with them ugly fat ass PS5 base ones. Let me go back.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking too.
Let me
Actually,
cut.
Nero, I was like,
Let
they're
me
just
cut.
Oh,
rejigging it.
Because I said it
Panda.
Taking out.
before. I stand on it. Like I said, I was a smart man. All you people, I don't give a damn if you're an Xbox fan, a place. All you people who bought that base PS5, that fat PS5, day one, you are. I'm not gonna call your name, but don't talk to me. That
Undetected.
that fat ugly ass console, no 1440p support out of the box,
No
800
VR.
600 gigs about of storage, no VRR. If you bought that day one, don't talk to me. I was smart. I waited. I came and got the pro. Everybody who judging me for buying a pro is the same motherfuckers who bought that fat ass console day one. I'm sorry. I'm gonna always cook that console.
You're
Now,
right. They've
when it
got
comes
all
to
these
pro,
spare 825 gigabyte,
they got so many of them. They got
that they're
so
like,
many of
let's
them
just
sitting
put them
around.
into something. If you're going to do that, charge less, mate. What were you going to say, Demo?
Oh, going back to where you're talking about the labels and how they should be regulating this. That's something that the CMA was supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be doing, but instead
Mm-hmm.
they're looking into Microsoft's pockets and into whoever is acquiring whatever, instead of like looking out for ourselves.
Consumers, yeah.
We are the consumers, and that's the situation. And also, is the Sony PlayStation fans not doing what they're supposed to? The channels not talking about this and bringing awareness to the people at PlayStation so they can go out there and cry online the same way that they cry about, like, my PlayStation sold 90 million. They need, this is what they need to be spreading. It's not PlayStation
Mm-hmm.
is doing so well as a business. It's more like, okay, we love PlayStation, but we have to, like, call out the bullshit, and it's
Because
just that fair.
demo. The best way to sum it up, right, is this is PlayStation as a brand most
Hmm.
profitable generation ever, and
Right.
everybody brags about that. But you, as a PlayStation gamer, what have you gotten from that?
Nothing.
And I think
Getting
people
robbed.
Move
need
on.
to. I think people. I wouldn't say nothing, demo. You know, I wouldn't say nothing because even just me coming, like I appreciate what Sony do, even though they stumble, right? Like
Yeah,
I think
but
the fact that they even try to have a PSVR 2 that flops and nobody, don't sell anything, nobody buys it. I think that's dope that you're trying to do. I think like even the DualSense, like they try to be innovative, they try to do simple things. People just don't buy it. Obviously, that's why it's like,
Well, they
don't yeah,
make stupid like they didn't make it backwards compatible. Like they make bad
yeah,
decisions on the product. The
yeah.
fact that the
yeah.
PS Portal didn't have Bluetooth in it, and the headset that you got sold at the beginning of the
Mhm.
generation isn't compatible wirelessly with that handheld. You have
The
to buy a
the
different headset that is compatible with it unless you go wired. Those stupid mistakes.
mhm.
Those are
Like
made in
you just
purpose because
yeah.
what they want you to do is to buy all of these
I know
peripherals.
that's why, but
They,
it's
they
stupid.
do it on
Mhm.
purpose. They want to make shit
The
out of it.
Sony Post
They want
headset
you
is
to
the
buy
worst
products,
headset
and
I've
I'm
ever
like,
bought.
just
No
don't.
lie.
And
Consumers
the
can't
same thing is
afford
being
to do
happening with
that though.
games. The same thing happening with games. Them saying
Mhm.
like Ratchet and Clank cannot run on
That's why
other places
Apple got
because
done
of
with
the
the
SSD, and I'm like, bro, like get out of here. Like the
Yeah,
Xbox has an
but
SSD, and the PC's got an SSD, and even without an SSD and just a regular hard drive, you can run the shit. Okay, it's gonna take a
Xbox
while
went
to
the
load,
hard
but
way with their proprietary SSD card. How many of us bought that?
hmm
Not at
I
that
bought.
fucking price.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did, and that's why I say I'm not a hypocrite. People give me slander. People give me hate. Right? Excuse me.
I
Right?
didn't buy it,
Because
not at
I
that price. It
I
wasn't worth
bought
it. It was
I
buying.
bought I agree, but I needed my
Mhm.
storage, man. I'm a fan of
I've
Xbox.
got externals. Yeah,
I bought a Series X, and I tried to hold off for mad long. I had an external hard drive, but the more and more X and S style games that couldn't be ran off of the hard drive was dropping.
it
I
gets
ended up buying
frustrating.
the 1 terabyte for $199. So in total, I ended up paying $700 after the fact for my Series X. That's
yeah.
why I can't come on the podcast and be like, no, for 700, the PS5 isn't worth it. The PS5 Pro isn't worth it. When in reality, shit, that's kind of
I
what I
bought a
spent on
Series
the
S
Day
over
one. You
buying
know?
a one of those hard drives because it was about the same price as a Series S. It just in my
Yeah, it
country
was
it was just
$100
awful.
off. Oh yeah, in your
Yeah,
country, definitely. Yeah,
yeah,
that's crazy.
bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, crazy,
Right, right.
crazy work. Yeah, but replaced. This people probably seen this news already, but replaced had a little update, and they announced that it's going to be released in spring 2026. I love replaced, man. One of my most anticipated games, and I've been waiting for this for a while, man. And it keeps getting pushed back, but hopefully spring we really get to see it next year. Um, yeah, man, that's look like that's gonna be one of the most like just unique games. It's just everything about that. If you don't know what Replaced is, do yourself a favor, go check out a trailer for it. Looks really dope. You guys know what I'm talking about for sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Replace the indie, right?
I
Mm-hmm.
I've been waiting for that game. And I'm
Yep.
just going to move us back to the 3 in a second. I've been waiting for that game for ages, and sad I haven't seen it yet. Because it was meant to come out last year, and then we hadn't heard anything about it. But it's been delayed. As long as that game comes out and it's beautiful because it looks gorgeous,
Yeah.
I will be happy. I will be absolutely happy around that because I just can't wait to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks cool. Let's see. Not in a hurry to play it either. It's one of those games that, when they drop and then you check them out if you could.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that excited about it, but if it comes, my way, and if even if they drop it on Game Pass or something like that, I'm definitely downloading it and giving it a shot, man. Why not? Hell yeah.
And yeah, some games dropped this past week, man. Guys, if you played any of these games that we're about to just briefly mention, please let us know what you think of it. Hell is Us dropped, man. It got an 83 on Metacritic. Got some pretty good reviews. No, 83 on OpenCritic. Got a 79 on Metacritic. I see a lot of people I trust praise this game. It's for me. It's one of them games I'm definitely gonna get on the sale. I would love to get this on a $30 sale, maybe Black Friday, something like that. It seems like it's just one of those games that don't hold your hand. If you just want a unique experience, man, this is what it is. I just can't commit to that style game right now with all I'm playing and already committed to. So it's definitely one of those games on the wish list, and I will be keeping an eye out for that. Any of you guys plan on checking it out? Played it?
Oh man. Hell is Us. I seen the trailer and I seen like people. I think it scored decently, right? 80, 79, 83, something like that. Not bad, but like you, man, I'm not, that's not my style of games. It looks like one of those games that you really have to spend time with them, learning the
Yeah,
mechanics and all that. And and nobody got time for that.
like a lot of puzzles and stuff too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and
yeah.
puzzles, I don't really like doing
Mhm.
puzzles that much, bro. That shit is like, bro, for example, when they give me a puzzle in games like, I don't know, like Call of
Yeah.
Duty. You know how they give you puzzles in Call of Duty when you're playing zombies? I'm like, why? Like,
Mm.
I don't give a shit about none of this. I just want to shoot. But it's just like, I mean, I guess to each their own. It looks good though. For what I've seen, it looks good graphically, and it looks cool.
Yep. Uh,
I won't be touching it.
Yep. Lost Soul aside, man, it don't got enough reviews for me to list. It's just got a Metacritic sitting at 60. This is a game I pre-ordered. I followed this for a while, man. This was in development for a very long time. It was originally just made and concepted by one guy. He eventually got some funding by Sony. I think they had a team of 40. COVID rocked him. And this is another case of I don't give a fuck what Metacritic is talking about, and I don't give a fuck what any online people is talking about. This game is fucking fire. I think it should have been about $50, maybe 40, taking in consideration the current like climate. You got to read the room. This is another example of reading the room. I think it should have been. It shouldn't have been. It was in 70. It was 59.99. I think it should have been 50 at the top. And it should have been 40 at the really great spot. But this game, man, its story is really light. It's forgettable. It's nothing you haven't heard before. You're not coming here for that. This game combat is some of the best combat I played in the game this gen, and it's on PC. So I recommend you guys again, if you have PC, if you see it on Steam, if you see it on sale, check it out. It's not worth 60, but it's definitely worth around $50, $40. If you can get it for anything lower than that, you're getting a steal. The combat is very unique, man. It's pretty much just boss after boss. And I absolutely what I love about this, and I don't get how well, I guess, but the critics, this is getting a 60, but they praise Rebirth from sun up to sundown. They praise all these Final Fantasy 16s from sun up to sundown. I might get some flack from that, but this is my opinion. I purchased those games. I wrote credits on those games. I enjoyed those games. I enjoyed Rebirth, and I like 16 more than Rebirth, and I like 7 Remake more than Rebirth, and I damn near like Lost Soul Aside better than Rebirth. I like going straight boss to boss. No padding. No walking on beaches, going to the mall, rolling around on scooters. No bullshit. Just highlighting the best aspect of your game, which is combat. That combat in Lost Soul Aside carries it by far. It got some unique boss fights. It got 4 weapons you can unlock, and each weapon is very deep. It's one of those games where like 2-3 years from now, people are gonna be like, "How was this game bad? Why did you hate this game?" I got my review pretty much written up. I'm enjoying it. It's not perfect, like I said to you guys. Now I'm saying the review. Get it on sale. It's not worth the full price unless you really just want to go get that combat in. They got new game plus, and it got harder difficulties. But the first difficulty is normal. I haven't struggled too much at all, but it definitely was a few fights towards the end. I'm dying at, and Reese up there, he beat the game. He enjoyed it. It's a good game, man. Don't trust reviews, man. Listen to your friends. See if it's something that call out to you. Get it.
Christian in the chat, I've just highlighted it.
I mean,
Not
to
a
put it
Souls
into
game. It
perspective,
is an action game. It is a hack and slash action game. It'll probably feel like a Souls like as you go up in the difficulty. Like think of it like a Ninja Gaiden. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
Like it's the core is hack and slash, and it does that really well. We don't get that much this generation. The closest thing I can think of to it at that level is really Devil May Cry 5. And look how long we haven't gotten a new Devil May Cry this generation. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you got to appreciate games for what they are and stop wanting them to be something else. Why is you going in the Lost Soul Aside wanting Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth and 16? Like, was those bloated ass games not enough for you? Did you got the platinum for them? Like, it's just, I get people want certain things, but it's like, you can't get mad at somebody who built their vision and deliver it to you. Just don't buy it. That don't mean you got to try to knock it into the ground because it wasn't what you wanted.
Right. I think
And
that
you
the
gotta take
thing,
into consideration the road it took to
yeah,
get there too. My
I
bad. I fucked with the game.
you're good, you're good. I think the main thing with the game is just the price, like you mentioned. I feel
Mhm.
like people are not feeling, that game being such a high price, and maybe that's what developers need to take into consideration now. Like, is your game at $50, $60? Just because like everybody's putting games out there that are $70 doesn't mean that yours have to be $70 too. You
Mhm.
can drop a game that is like,
Yep.
an uneven price, or a price that nobody would think, like $35
Yep.
or some shit, and people will still buy it if it's
Mhm.
good, and they won't judge it as hard, right?
Mhm.
Like, it's not the same, Nero. When you get a game, when you pick up a game for $70, and you open the tray on your console and you're playing it, like, you're gonna judge it differently. It's like when you
Mhm.
go to a luxury restaurant, you were expecting like the best. Like, my steak gotta be perfect, the
Yep.
sauce
Yep.
got to be on point. My service needs to be, amazing. The person has to be super polite.
Mhm.
Everything has to be white and clean. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it's not like when you get a product and it has some deficiencies, and they're charging you a premium price.
That's what I
That's
was
what
gonna say. Yeah,
matters.
so Sony, I got to give a little flack to Sony. You guys are not off the chain either. You did horrible marketing for this, and Sony is usually like really pristine and good with their marketing. I think they should have been showing off exact. Maybe I didn't see it because once I was sold on it like years ago. Once it became able to be
Yeah,
pre-ordered, and when I first seen the footage way back, and it lives up to what I seen. But I think they should have really been showing some of these what I've been experiencing and really highlighting that those fights a
yeah,
lot more, even in trailers. Even right now, you should be on YouTube seeing a fight. There's so many dope moments that can be. I done made trailers and clips from shit I've
right.
been doing. So it's like, it was bad marketing. I get it was rocky, but also like you said, when you're charging $60, you open yourself up to being received the way they're being received.
Extra
Uh,
criticism, extra scrutiny when you start charging more. People are going to look at it and go, is this worth my dollar?
I will say personally, I feel like I got my money's worth. Even I
Yeah.
can say I feel like it should be cheaper, and I tell the next man or the next woman, the next gamer, period, to get it on sale. But me personally, what I paid for, I pre-ordered it. I'm not mad at it. It was a very highly anticipated game. I think I'm about like 80% through. Coming up at the end, it's doing what I wanted it to do. Chronos New Dawn. Shout out to Bloober Team. 77 Metacritic, 80 Open Critic. Got this too. This is another one of my most anticipated games. I'm not touching it. It's killing me. I'm not touching it until I finish Lost Soul Aside and get that review out. So this is my next game, man. I rock with Bloober Team. I know you don't like horror, Panda.
Yeah.
Metal Eden. This might be something you guys want to check out too if you see it on
Yeah.
sale. I don't know if it's been on your radar. It's only $40, so definitely
Yeah, it's
get it on sale.
$35 on Steam right now. I think it has
Yep,
a
yep,
5% discount or something.
yep.
That one is dope. I'm looking forward to that one though. I can't wait to play. But again, I got so
I
much on my
did see this
plate.
and I did look intrigued.
Right.
Mhm.
It's so much on my plate right now that I could
So
easily wait.
much.
If this game is $35 now, it might be like by New Year's and Black Friday, one of those sales, it might be $20. And I'm picking that up for sure. So we are living in the moments and time that patience pays off, right? I picked
Mhm.
up, Homefront the other day, Homefront the Revolution, and that's a decent game. It's CryEngine, and whatever. It's an FPS, and I picked it up for $2 the other day. $2 on
Mm.
Steam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could have spent $50 or $60 when that game came out, and like what, like 7 years ago or something. Now I'm playing it, for the second time because I do own it on Xbox. I picked it up for very cheap. I think it was like $5, maybe a couple of years ago, but I didn't really get into it. But I was like, okay, why not? Let me try it on PC. It's only $2. Why not? And I also have it in a different library, and I also have it, another way on playing this game. So I mean, that's just what it is. Sometimes you gotta be patient, and maybe when I play that game, I'm gonna love it because I love DMC, I love Ninja Gaiden. So I mean, I'm looking forward to trying it out for sure. Low Soul Aside and Chronos. Not sure about that one. Don't like horror. I think I'm gonna skip that one. Yeah, but it look cool.
Don't worry, I'm a horror enough junkie to cover you and Panda 10 times
Yeah.
over, man. It's killing me not to go replay Dead Space remake, even with this just being cop. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, man. Shout out to them games. If anybody in the chat is checking those out, let us know. All right, on to the main topics, man. Paramount and Activision has officially signed a deal to develop a Call of Duty movie. Initially, when I put this information in the chat, it wasn't known to us that what's the guy named his name is slipping my mind. We've been talking about him.
Who? Um,
The guy
behind.
who made Saving Patrick Ryan, the guy who made that movie, man.
Oh, Steven Spielberg. Yeah.
Yep. So he wanted to he said it was came out. He said he was a Call of Duty fan and he wanted to make the Call of Duty movie, but I guess Activision wanted to have he wanted to have full control, creative control. Activision wanted to have more control, so they went to Paramount instead, and I think that's fucking stupid. Um, I'm sorry, not sorry. If you can't do something with Halo, then what the fuck am I trusting you to do something with COD with? I would have rather them went to even Amazon. Amazon cooked up with the Fallout show. I would have
Yeah.
rather went to Netflix. Netflix cooked up with
Yeah,
Devil
with a
May
bunch of
Cry,
shows. Yeah.
Cyberpunk, all type of shit. I'd rather you went with anywhere, but you go to Paramount as if you haven't. Well, that's Activision. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to put it on Xbox and Microsoft, but they are owned by Microsoft. So I got to
Yeah,
group it all in together. But they are independently acting, but Activision, that's fucking stupid, man. You should have let bro made that have the rights and let him do what he do. It's a
bro.
movie. You're gonna reap
Can
benefits.
what is the source for this? That's my first question, because like there's no way in hell that you get you know what I mean, an offer by one of the best
Mm-hmm.
directors in the industry to make your game a
Mm-hmm.
movie or a series, and you just like said no. Like,
Stupid,
I
man.
Bringing
It's
mean,
back some of
crazy.
the best
who
war
can believe
movies.
that? I mean, I'm not into TV and shit. But
Mm.
one thing I'm gonna say here, bro, if Steven Spielberg fucks with Call of Duty like that, he can't be that bad, right? That's what I gotta say.
Yeah,
Call of
I'm
Duty can't be that
all I'm gonna
bad.
say. Hey, Demo, I'm gonna go a step further. If he fuck with Call of Duty like that, why you not having him come in and maybe help write maybe a Call of Duty game or something? These stories have been fucking horrible, right?
I,
I mean, maybe
how much you
I
think
know
it's gonna
I,
cost?
You're
I mean,
asking a lot. You're
How
asking a lot, Nero.
it costs him. They
uh,
making a fucking lot and giving a bare minimum back to us as gamers. That's what I'm saying. Don't who
mm,
gives a fuck what it costs? I'm on the end of receiving it. Fuck that.
no, I
How
don't
much
care
it
about
costs to
none of
get
that, but
fucking?
like,
Just think about how much
about
it
the
costs to
others.
get Nicki Minaj, the Ninja Turtle, because they gotta get Nicki. You think Nicki Minaj don't want to check? Think 21
Uh,
Savage don't want to check? So I'm saying if you can get all these fucking goofy ass skins that you're throwing at us to buy and reaping the benefits of that, goddamn, you can't go to step further. I know it costs money, but shit, them motherfuckers make money.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They make money. That like you motherfuckers make money. You got acquired by one of the richest companies in the world for a reason because you make money.
man.
You know what I'm
You know
saying? You
what?
are a money machine.
I want to
Do
say
it.
screw Hollywood too. You know why? Because
Yeah,
they come
yeah.
over here after they never liked video games and they talk down on video games, the way art, and now they want to be cool and make
hmm
video games into movies. You know what? Make your own stories, and make your own characters, your own franchises, and
You know
spend
they got to demo because gaming has surpassed movies. I'd argue some people might
money.
not because, like I told you earlier, I don't watch. I don't really watch
I
movies
don't
and
watch TV
shows like
like
that
that either.
crazy at all. You feel what I'm saying? I don't do that. So it's like I stories and gaming has long surpassed. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing was fucking Skyrim story. I didn't listen. I never completed the main Skyrim story. I hundreds and hundreds of hours doing everything but the main story, right? And wasn't no show on earth rocking with that until Game of Thrones came out, and then they
Hmm.
fumbled that at the end. They fumbled that, and so they fell out. So to this day, ain't no show really out that's better than Skyrim. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I get a wire it to go, but even GTA, like a lot of these, it's just been ass. So gaming to me has long surpassed movies and shows as far as creativity, originality, um,
and
just like
entertainment in general.
the entertainment in general, man. So
Entertainment. Video games became the what toys used to
mhm,
be.
exactly.
That's what it became, and it not only that, it became like what fishing used to be, what riding cars used to be. For people like me, love riding cars and rims, and oh, I like my exhaust to be loud, my Kenwood real loud type shit like that. Right? I'm like, I'm not doing that no more. I'm retired from the streets and all the hanging out, and now what
Mhm.
I'm doing is gaming. So all of that stuff that I used to do, like playing baseball, playing volleyball, all these things, like I put it to the side, and now it's gaming. So gaming is getting my time, and like me, everybody else that I know that are fathers now, they have families that are settling down, they're turning into gaming as a way to. I don't need to go out there. I don't need to be
Mhm.
exposed to meeting new people, hanging out, getting into trouble, fighting, getting into fights. Like you know how it is. It's better to stay inside, bro, these
Yeah.
days.
Gaming saves a lot of lives, man. No matter
Yeah.
who,
Oh, for real.
no matter if you the aggressor or just a peaceful person. Gaming, everybody game. The toughest person you might know in the hood, shit, King Von game. The
Yeah.
idols, all these YNs out here who look up to these rappers. Chief Keef got a whole gaming gaming
Yeah.
glow gang gaming thing he been doing since the Xbox One era. So T Grizzly stream. Everybody game. Gaming is something everybody do. It might be different and fluctuating numbers into how people receive those games, whether it's people going to PC or Switch numbers, Xbox. It don't matter. But the end goal is gaming is just fucking huge. So Hollywood is gonna kind of, in a way, have to depend on gaming because it's not too much creativity out there. And when it is creativity, people complain and bitch. Like I think the Superman movie is a solid movie. People complaining, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't please everybody, man. Panda, how do you feel? Are you excited for this Paramount show
No.
or movie that nobody's gonna watch?
She doesn't give a damn.
Only
I
person
don't.
who's gonna
I mean,
watch
I'm
this is
not
Becca.
excited because like the whole Steven Spielberg thing just floored me. Like
Yeah.
he made some of the most amazing movies that were like about war and those sort of things.
Yeah.
And for them to
Saving
go,
Private Ryan, right?
yeah, Saving Private Ryan,
Yeah,
100%.
movie,
I
man.
love that film.
I was young
Um,
when I seen that movie, and that stuff. I
yeah,
say, yeah, that's a great
it's such a
movie.
good. I actually watched it recently because I wanted to because I love that film. But there's been so many times where like movies have just not hit the mark, and I find like TV series about video games actually tend to do a better job because they've got more time to deliver and flesh out that story arc and the characters and the world you're living in. I mean, it's probably going to sell because people are stupid, but I don't care for a Call of Duty movie. Like a Battlefield 6 movie might have been more interesting.
Yeah, I care more
Yep,
about
yep.
the Mortal Kombat movie. I care more
Yep.
about
Battlefield
that
6
the
is
Street Fighter
yo,
movie with 50 Cent.
yeah,
Let's go. That was
yeah.
gonna be fire.
Battle 6 is gonna be the movie. Why the fuck would I watch Call of Duty? I don't even want to watch Call of Duty gameplay. I don't even want to
You
play fucking
hate.
Call of Duty. I'm sorry, call
Hundred
it what you want. I don't even want to play that shit. So let alone watch it
Yo,
unless you got
get
somebody
your
like we named.
KD up and stop
Look,
hating on Call of Duty.
look,
Call of Duty
Battlefield
is
6, baby.
not a good
Battlefield
thing,
6
bro.
supremacy, man. I'm in there, man. You get
Look,
Battlefield 6? Look,
I'm
we in
gonna
there.
make a prediction right here. Battlefield 6 is gonna come out broken. And Call of Duty is gonna come out
probably.
way more polished. And then you are gonna go through what I've been through for about 20 years of buying Battlefield games day one. And everybody
Damn,
who's
man.
a true Battlefield player know what I'm talking about. The first couple of months are rough. I'm talking about
It's all
against
those
the wall.
Bugfesta fans as well that
No
know.
pillow to buy, no
Wait,
walls to crack.
when Call of Duty dropping?
November, I think.
Remember,
November.
because look, I'm not pre-ordering Battlefield. That's why you ain't see it in there. I might not I'm gonna be the wait and see because you never know.
Oh, wait and see. Oh.
I'm just saying I'm more excited from what I
Don't
played
be
in the beta
scared,
because look,
bro.
I only got to play the beta on the last day. I was able to get in there before for a few hours. That shit was fun because I love playing a support role. Even in 2042, I was always the medic, man. Especially being able to get up people that's not just on my squad.
Right.
I always fuck with that, man. To me, that was fun as hell. I feel like we important. We're underrated, especially if you like me, a medic that can clap something. I don't know if you seen my picture. Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
I just got 600 wins with Lifeline. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I really thrive at trying to be that support, man, but still being able to hold my own. I'm gonna see, man. If it's good, I'm gonna support it because I tried my best with Battlefield 2042. I wanted to love it, and I did put some time in it, and I had some fun moments, but it's just not. It just wasn't it. So, and what they doing with this game just feels completely different. So I have to like respect that and give them the fair chance. Call of Duty lost me just so long ago.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? Call of Duty lost me so long ago. It's like
I think Nero.
But I got Game Pass, so that's why I asked
games,
when.
Right? You love horror games. Did you play the Black Ops 6 campaign?
Yeah, that moment I ain't finished it, but I got to that chapter you talked about. It was cool. It's just like I couldn't find myself to care, and I tried to care, and it's sad because the Black Ops 6 campaign is arguably the best campaign in a COD I've played since back there in the original Black Ops days. Because I skipped a lot of CODs, and I liked it. Vanguard. Vanguard was one of the last Call of Duties I bought. It was on sale for like 30. I bought it. I was like, "What is everybody talking about?" I know I'm making. I was like, "Yo, this shit
You
kind
didn't
of
get
fire."
day one then, Nero.
I
You didn't
can't
get day
stand
That shit
one.
was fire.
I think World War II. we need to move on from World War II. The guns
Yeah.
are boring. It's just like the setting is just like played out, and it's an important setting and very important that we should all remember because we don't really want to repeat history like that. But
Mm.
what I'm trying
Yeah,
to
we
say
don't.
here is like, man, it's just like such a boring. I think the future is more exciting, and it's just like,
Mm.
okay, how can you push an FPS if you don't
Hey,
improve the
somebody agree.
equipment and all of that? Yeah.
Sir. So look, guys, take this with a great grain of salt. It's just a rumor, but I found it interesting because I just when I think about the leap in power, I just think about like back to what Sarah Bonds hinted at about the next generation being like the biggest leap in power. So it's rumors from WCCF Tech. Got a good following, got good articles. I read their shit from time to time. But like I said, it is a rumor. The next Xbox generation systems could cost significantly more than the PS6 due to the Magnus APU. That's why I had to bring you on, Demo, because you know what all these means, these letters and shit mean, man. I had to bring the PC
What?
homie on.
Hell
and
nah.
potential for the Magnus APU and potential support of third party stores that would deprive Microsoft of 30% cut on every game sold on the system. I'm gonna be real quick with mine. Then I'm gonna throw to whoever want to take it next, right? If they, it is what it is, right? If the power in the next Xbox is equals out, because look, even if it's $1,300, bro, it costs to build a real good PC, right? If you're talking about power, and if this has crazy power and it costs $1,000 or something like that, and you have access to every storefront, it is what it is. I'm looking at you telling me I'm bringing a PC to my living room is what Microsoft is doing. If it costs $1,000, I get it. I mean, it is what it is, and I get people is upset, but this people is not buying
Have a good night,
the
Spartan.
good night, brother. Appreciate you for the gift of subs, and man, appreciate you. Have a good night, man. Um, People not buying Xbox consoles. So why try to make a budget console sell at a loss, trying to compete with Nintendo, trying to compete with PlayStation? You're not doing that. You obviously moving on from that. Like I said, this generation is going to be supported for a while. They keep making leaps in cloud gaming. So if the Xbox One people is going to still be able to play certain next gen Xbox games via the cloud, what do you think that means for the Series X, who got cloud server blades built off of them and shit like that? The Series X and S is going to be supported for a very long time. Game Pass and it just makes sense. And if the money to power and if it just makes sense, it makes sense. That's why, like I said before, I can't come on here and be a hypocrite, even though I love Xbox. I can't come on here and be like, oh, the PS5 Pro is not worth it. It's not worth it. Like I said, I'm not a hypocrite, so I'm not gonna be a hypocrite if Xbox come with a fucking beast of a console and you got every storefront on it, and they try to charge a rack. And
Hmm.
then you got PlayStation taking a traditional route of maybe charging $600 to $700 for their PS6. In the handheld, trying to they got to do what's best for them, man. They not like Microsoft is in a different lane. They're not trying to out console sell. They're not doing that no more. They
Yeah.
raking in all this money without with having down hardware down quarter over quarter over quarter over quarter. The hardware is down. I know it jetted up when the college football dropped, especially for the Series S. And we all know GTA is about to give all these consoles a huge injection, right? So all these consoles is gonna sell like crazy. All you PC gamers who don't got consoles, you're about to go get a console. You're not gonna wait, right? So we know the console sales is gonna jump up on every front, but I don't know.
I'm gonna say this, man. Um, First off, console wars are over. It is not
Am I
because
echoing?
right.
Yeah, do we
Uh,
have echo?
no, I don't
Sorry,
have
Yeah.
Spartan
it.
said the echo is real, so I'm just wanting
Yeah.
to check.
Okay, so console wars are over, and it's not so much about Xbox is putting the games on PlayStation or PlayStation is putting the games on Xbox. It's more about like the fact that technology is so advanced that we're gonna get different devices that you can pick and choose, and you're not stuck between Xbox and PlayStation anymore. You're stuck. You don't even have to buy the next Xbox to play Xbox anymore. that you can get the new Lenovo Legion that is rumored to be also amazing. You can get all the things like a Steam Deck and still be able to play your Xbox games. Okay, yeah, right. You're not gonna be able to play your whole library of Xbox games, but you're gonna be able to play all the Xbox games that are gonna come out from now on, which is what you care. At the end of the day, you want to play new shit. Whatever is in your backlog, you still got your old Xbox, and you're gonna be able to play it there. You know, so new games with new hardware, and you muted. You're trying to talk, nobody's hearing. You muted again, Nero. I don't know what do you
What?
do.
My bad. I muted on
Oh,
the thing. I got to touch the mute mic, so I thought.
uh,
Anyway, they Sarah Bonds doubled down on saying that they're investing heavily in game preservation and preserving our games. And look how they already preserved our games to this day. You can go play Psychonauts 1. You can go play the original, all these original Xbox games. You know, it's a cutoff limit at some point, even the 360, but it's leagues ahead of any of the competition.
yeah,
Even Nintendo, even you're locked to playing certain games behind subscriptions on these other platforms. So Microsoft has been killing it. You can go put in a 360 disc on your Series X and be good to go from two
yeah,
generations ago. So, and the fact that Sarah Bonds is further saying they're doubling down on that aspect, that's a dub.
Well,
yeah,
I look at this and I don't really have any concerns. If you're going to push a piece of hardware that is going to allow multiple storefronts, you have to have the power to support that. Especially if you have to take into account optimization or lack of optimization. But if you look into the Magnus APU, they're talking about what is it, RDNA 5, and so we've got what, RDNA 2 apparently on our current system. So
point
that's quite
five
a
or
massive,
something.
massive jump. They're looking at a Zen 6 CPU cores for that. So there is a massive leap when it comes to performance there. But I don't see why this is a talking point until we actually have stuff confirmed or fully announced. And who the hell cares? If you want the power, if you want the access to the storefront, you are going to pick the device that suits you. If you want a traditional console, you're going to pick the device that suits you. We are past this power conversation, past this console warring bullshit at this point.
Mm-hmm.
People are just trying to find ways to generate conversations at this point. I already know what I'm going to buy. I don't care about the fact that they're going to miss out on the 30% sales, because if we're looking at potentially what's going to happen this next gen with the way that Microsoft is designing Windows to better build in gaming capabilities with the gaming bar, and the way that they're allowing you to run Windows 11 on a handheld, you're going to probably start seeing them selling that piece of software to put on your devices and those sort of things that better take advantage of your system resources for gaming and downcycle some of the bloatware that Windows has as a whole. You're probably that's probably where they're gonna make their money, and that's just the reality we're living in. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a lot of wait and
It's going to
see.
be interesting, and I mean, like, if Microsoft do what I want them to do, what they're saying they're going to do, then I'm already sold on both consoles. If PlayStation is trying to continue to give me a traditional console at a reasonable price for six whatever they charge at a reasonable price, and then Microsoft is basically giving me a Xbox PC, an actual PC with storefronts in the living room, then that means I don't got to go spend $3,000-4,000 on the most powerful build right there. I can just go ahead and get the Xbox and do what, because like I said, I win. I got that basically like I got a PC and a PlayStation 6, but it's
Mm.
actually still an Xbox, so it's like that's a win. So me personally, I'm already sold on getting both.
Yeah, well, they're
um,
talking about the potential that the hardware is going to be more expensive to help offset that 30% that they will be missing out on. And that's probably the case as well. Um, yeah. Sorry, what were you going to add there, Demo?
yeah. I'm like I said, you don't have to worry about that no more. About what console are you gonna pick anymore?
Mm-hmm.
That's it's just up to you. What do you
Mm-hmm.
want? Do you want power? Well, you could go with the new Xbox that is rumored to be super powerful, or with the PlayStation. But now the thing is, like, PlayStation is a little out of the equation now. You think about it because they locked in their own ecosystem, while all these other devices like the Legion and Steam Deck and the ROG Ally and the MSI Claw. All of these devices are coming out and they're expanding with all the storefronts that they have. And in PlayStation, you're only gonna get what, like God of War, 175 years. You're gonna get Horizon Forbidden West, The Last of Us 2 remaster. That's it. That's all you're gonna get because I mean they're not bringing anything back and they're putting everything on PC and in their storefronts again. So whoever is gonna
Well,
buy a PlayStation now,
that's where
it's
it
gonna
comes
be about that
into.
PlayStation Life and that life only. Okay.
That's where it comes into. Like, that's where I think it's so dope, especially for somebody like me who really like both and want to have both. It just gives me even more of a reason to have them because, like, as much as I love the games PlayStation provide, like, that's not the main reason I'm here anymore. I love the things that also do the UI, the DVR, the stuff I said I loved before. The Dual Sense for me is really huge. I love feeling these games. Now I got the little extra power with the Pro. And just the ecosystem as a whole, like being in a party with the homies and being able to share play or watch whatever they play and sit back, relax, streaming on YouTube. It has its benefits. So I think the people in the ecosystem have no reason to like
Mm-hmm.
not want a PS6 and not want to see the evolution of that. Just like I think people in the Xbox, I want to see the evolution of Quick Resume. I want to see Quick Resume 2.0. And like Sarah Bond said, improving your games with the game preservation. I want to see where that go. So I think it's room for both more than ever now because Xbox is not a traditional console. You know, like you say, I get like PlayStation only having that one store and shit like that, but for them that work because they got so many fucking units
Until
out there.
what
Even if they're not
point?
buying the,
Yeah, but
I mean,
they
It
have
works until it doesn't work,
now,
though.
but
the
in
only reason I'm
years
saying it
and
work is
years.
because this the most successful gen for them thus
But
far,
it
and we
only
have yet to
works
see the
currently,
impact.
right? We don't know
Well,
what
I mean
next gen is
but
going to
that's
show.
all that can matter though. If they give me no reason to think they won't have an evolution of what I'm already enjoying with the PS6. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. If they give me an evolution of what I'm already enjoying, like they give me a DualSense 2.0, or they double down on certain things that I like and be different, then I'm all for that. And with Xbox, they're doing the exact same thing by bringing PC in because even if I had a PC right now, I would still be wanting to play. If I only had a PC, I would be sick that I can't play Death Stranding 2 right now. I know it's not for everybody, but I would be sick that I can't play Ghost of Tsushima. So it is games I gotta have and want to have a PlayStation 5, I mean 6 4, but that's just me personally. Um,
Mhm.
and that's if even if they go everywhere else, it's not just the games I want to be here for. I like the system, I like the UI, I like the setup that they got. So if they do an evolution of that, I think the people will continue to go towards that. And what Xbox doing is genius because why would anybody? It's expensive to upgrade your PC, right? You know that you guys know that
Mm-hmm.
more than anybody. Why would you go spend so much money on? It's only an extent of so much power you're gonna chase. If Xbox give you some crazy ass specs and you got access to your Steam and all these storefronts, that's genius. You don't have to. You can say, "Oh, I don't want a PlayStation," but even me, I'm like, "Fuck that! I got a PC now and a PlayStation. The same shit I would have did anyway."
Mm-hmm.
Xbox is just cutting the line for me. That's why I say what Xbox is doing is genius. You can't compete in the traditional console space. So why not compete in that PC space? Why not convince people that hey, maybe instead of upgrading this rig, if you only using this PC for gaming, or people that just spent $3,000 on a laptop or $1,000 on a gaming laptop or something like that, why not
No,
just spend a
praise the
thousand
Lord.
dollars on this Xbox? That's a fucking beast. You know,
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? So it
Yeah.
makes sense for both platforms. That's why me personally, I'm high as hell on all three consoles. Like everybody is doing what they got to do that work for them, and they all making mistakes and mishaps along the way. The Concords of the world, the Perfect Darks of the world, and it's easy to hang on to those games and gloom and doom and say what we want from each. But if you're really here enjoying Xbox for what it's doing, you should be really fucking happy. They're doing a lot of good shit, especially if you got Game Pass. Like you said, the biggest game of the year right now, the game of the year, Silksong, just dropped in there. Another game of the year, Expedition Clear, it dropped in Game Pass. Best value in gaming. The PS5, I think they's doing things really well if you're willing to fucking play and invest in what they give. A lot of these guys are not doing that. You seen what
Mhm.
Helldivers did? It took it leaving the system to go somewhere else. That's more of a reflection on them gamers. They just casuals. They 2K. I don't know what they doing. But
They're playing COD and Fortnite.
yeah, but as a PlayStation gamer, I
Not
like what they're
even
doing, and
didn't
Switch.
Xbox outsold PlayStation with Madden? Madden sold more on Xbox than on PlayStation, something like that. There's some news out there like that.
Mm,
So
I
they
wouldn't be
out
surprised.
and that's wild. to think about it. But it's
And
also like
that's starting to be the effects of Game Pass. You able to buy shit that's not in Game Pass when you don't got to buy everything that's in Game Pass. So
Yep.
it's
exactly.
starting to surprise the people that bought Helldivers. Guess what? They didn't have to spend 20 on Silksong. They don't
They
got to
have,
spend
yeah.
40 on Frostpunk that's coming. They don't have to spend money on so many of these games. It's nothing for them to say, well, let me get this and maybe a war bond, or let me spend this money on Call of Duty, or spend it on whatever, or buy Battlefield. It opens up a
Yeah.
lot of lanes.
Yeah.
So and even with Nintendo, like I don't have a Switch 2, but I'm really excited to get one whenever I do. I want to try to get one for my birthday in December. But they're doing a lot of things that I'm enjoying. I'm like, okay, even the Star Wars Outlaws, I enjoyed that game. People hated on it. Ubisoft, like I said, Ubisoft tax is real as well. That's a very solid game. First open world Starfield like game where you're not like a fucking Jedi or something. And it was really solid. It was a good game, and it runs
Right on.
really good on the fucking Nintendo Switch. It got ray tracing. It's on par and even surpasses the Series S in some settings. And that's not gonna be every game, right? You're not gonna get a Cyberpunk experience. You're not. I'm not saying that to say the Switch is gonna run every third party game good. No, I don't give a fuck about the Switch third party games. I'm playing all my third party games on my PlayStation 5 Pro or Xbox when the next Xbox comes, getting it on Steam, selling money, getting games like that. For a Switch, I'm only going to play the Switch 2 for Switch games. And now seeing that the Switch 2 is powerful enough to run all these third party games that's intensive, it gives me hope that the next Zeldas and the next, like, Nintendo cook with their games. So now you got capable hardware. That's what's not to be excited about that. That's why it's hard for me to understand people that sit around complain about gaming, gloom and doom 24/7, make it seem like it's nothing to be. Bro, we're living in a really great era of gaming, and it's an era that's been through a lot, pandemics, I'm saying, tariff wars and all type of shit like that, and we still got a lot of good shit.
Yeah. I do agree with you, but to an extent, I feel like you know. I already have a hard time to play all the games that I got available on my platforms, which are Xbox and and obviously PC with Steam, Epic, GOG, CD keys, whatever.
Mhm.
Imagine if I add PlayStation to that equation too. Imagine if I add Nintendo to the equation too, and I'm down to play their games. It's just a lot. Like at one point, you're not gonna be able to play all of that,
Mhm.
so it just doesn't make sense for me. Now, if you are somebody who's retired or somebody who got it like that and makes a lot of money without doing nothing, and you can cool off and chill out, and you have all this time at your disposal, fuck it, go for it. I'll have
Mhm.
it. Oh, I had like retro consoles or arcade machines. If I had the money like that, I would
For
totally
sure.
have a whole room or basement just for that, and that'll be the coolest thing ever. Now, but for regular working people who are living paycheck by paycheck. You know how it is, the situation in the economy right here in the country, bro.
Mhm.
Everybody
Yep.
hustling. Nobody, not everybody have it like that. We're struggling to go out to eat. I went out to eat the other day and it was like 150
It's
bucks just for
crazy.
me and my lady.
Mhm.
My little kid had like some fries and chicken fingers and shit. And that's it. And I'm like, bro, like, you gotta be kidding me. And you know, Game Pass is there to save you. Steam is there to save you. Epic is there to save you and give you all this content too. So $80 Nintendo games, like I don't
Yeah,
know, maybe
I would say
now
Nintendo the one
$50.
outlier, because the one thing I will say, like we can say PlayStation, like PlayStation always got a fucking sell. Like if you got a PlayStation 5, every time you open your shit, like everything is a fucking sell, and it's the exact same way with Xbox. Like as much as I love Game Pass, every time I open the Xbox store, it's a goddamn sell. So like,
Yeah,
yeah, I agree, Steam should have saved you a lot of money, but I feel like if you already invested in Xbox or PlayStation, it's a sell every goddamn week. Like I can't think of the last time where it wasn't a like wish list consistently going off on Xbox and PlayStation. Hey, this is on sale. This is on sale, and it be steep sales. And this is all throughout the year. All every time I'm like, damn, a Memorial Day sale. What the hell?
right.
You know what I'm
And
saying? I'm
that's
like,
that's
every
when
day
you
sale.
shouldn't have
All
any FOMO to play single player games, bro. Treat them
Mhm.
as a movie. I haven't watched Deadpool 2 yet. I've been dying to watch it. I know that when I watch it, it's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be extremely funny. I know it's gonna be everything that I want it
Deadpool
to be.
3?
No, Deadpool 2. I haven't watched it.
And so you haven't watched 3 either then by default?
No, no.
Damn,
I
okay.
only watched the first one. And look, it's some shit that you don't have to buy shit right away, dude.
No.
You know, especially like okay, for example, a game like Solo Side, you mentioned it that you're enjoying it, you were looking forward to that. Yeah, you had the time to play that game specifically because you were looking forward to it. But you
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to buy it. You could have just like
Mm-hmm.
keep going, playing with the other 4 games that you had,
Yep.
and you know, or maybe buy one at a time, be more
Well, shit,
conservative.
I pre-ordered this before it got delayed, so I bought this like when I thought it was coming in May because it was originally supposed to come in May. So that was
Yeah,
gonna be my May game, but then it
and
got
that's
pushed back
another thing.
to this window.
Pre-ordering doesn't give you shit. At least when you pre-order something
Yeah.
like Call of Duty, you get like battle pass tokens, you get a skin, you get something like that. But like, check it out. Zero
Well,
Seven came
I'm
out.
gonna tell you why I pre-order on PlayStation because if pre-orders worked on Xbox the same way they worked on PlayStation, I would have been pre-ordering on Xbox more all my life. The thing with Xbox is Xbox don't take your fucking money until the 2 weeks before the game launch. That shit backdoory as fuck. So if you pre-order a game in February of next year and you forget that you pre-ordered it and you got the money for it now, and then fucking the game launch right after rent or before rent and you fucking $70 down, like, yeah, what the fuck? Nah, see,
Yeah,
PlayStation take the money right away. Me personally, I like that because yes, it is definitely a risk of games getting delayed or what. But as soon as they delay it, they offer to give you the refund back. They offered
yeah,
to refund me Lost Soul Asylum like 2 times. I was like, nah, it's coming in August.
yeah,
I still want it. I'll wait. Looking back, I should have probably, but I'm enjoying it. But yeah, man. When if Xbox would have been taking my money right away, I like that. Don't because I feel like just take my money.
right.
I hate Amazon when they do that. You order something from Amazon and you
Yeah,
don't take the money right away, bro. That shit is super annoying.
that's hard.
It fucks with me when you managing money and managing shit. So I'm
Yeah,
like, yo, if I got the money right now and I already know in my mind, no matter what, in October I'm buying Ghost of Yotai, and I know for a fact I'm buying Silent Hill. I'm like, why don't I'm gonna just get it out the way, let place
I wish these companies let
be
you
good.
pre-order. Like what I used to do at EB was like once they announced a game, I'd go and I'll be like, all right, what's the minimum amount I can put on to pre-order the game for myself? And they'd be like $10 or $20. I'd be like, sweet, and then I'd go and pay it off and
yeah,
drips and because I had like 8 or 9 pre-orders, so I'd put like $10 on whenever, and you just pay it off and like that, and then it's all paid off when the game releases, and all you have to do is go pick it up. But no, they're like pay the whole amount. And for some people, they can't. Financially speaking, they can't. And so if you had that option when it comes to pre-ordering, it would be quite nice for those who are financially struggling.
yeah.
All right, guys, we got to feed the panda, meaning it's time for Panda to get out of here. Y'all know it is
Hungry, so I
straight
want to get through
noon
these
for
last
Panda.
couple of topics.
I'm gonna torture her one last time. Well, yeah, we can do the last. We're not gonna do the perfect dark one. I personally don't care.
Nah,
It's
we're
water.
good.
I'm just
I'm good
salty
on
about
that.
that one. To be
Yeah,
fair,
I mean, I am too.
pissed
Well,
off.
Panda, I am too. But I mean,
I ain't changing shit on it. So
yeah, I'm agree. I agree. I should if you want to get your bars off. Me and them don't care. If you want to say your 2 cents on it,
Yeah,
no,
you
it's
can
just I'm
count
just
out shoulders.
disappointed. It's that it's not. It's not. Don't
it's
don't
definitely
tell us it's
disappointing.
light at the end of the tunnel and then go, hey, but it fell through. I would have
Mm,
rather just not known that they were
Yeah,
potentially in negotiations
yeah.
because like I was like hopeful, and then I read the rest of it. I was like, no,
Mhm.
just
yeah.
don't kick me while I'm down.
Um,
um,
Epic
but
Games CEO Tim Sweeney says Unreal Engine 5 performance issues are mainly caused by developers' process leaving optimization last. Um, I'm kind of
Yep.
inclined to agree with him. I got to put it on the
oh,
devs
nice.
because I have played some UE5 games that are smooth as butter, especially these indie games. These indie games have been killing it, man, as far as using Unreal Engine. Like even the small things, the games like Jasant was one of the first games I played on the Series X. I was using all the features of UE5, the Nanite, the Lumen, stuff like that. It's too many to name when it comes to the double A games and indie games, but triple A is definitely hit or miss and mostly miss. And it definitely, I do believe that it comes down to these guys just not putting performance first. And when you got the CEO of Unreal Engine 5 coming out saying that, I mean, it's pretty true. I know I don't want to use Fortnite. We say it's a kiddie game and this, that, and the
Oh, but
third, but
Fortnite
it's a
look
lot
crazy.
of, it look crazy and
Fortnite
it's
look
a
crazy.
lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Even on the PS5 and Series X, it got ray tracing, flexings, and GI in a game where you're building a bunch of stuff and shooting people with a bunch of players in there. So it's like at some point, man, it just comes down to you guys not really optimizing. Um, I don't know if we want to call it laziness.
Yep.
Some people don't like when I call devs lazy. But I take it
They
as
just
them
want to
they
push the
being a bit
product out,
lazy.
right? And they're like, "We'll just patch it later. It's okay." And I'm like,
Hmm.
"No,
Yeah,
it's not okay."
you have to develop from the get go thinking about performance, because then what happened? You're left off with a game that is heavy on the CPU, on the GPU, and it's just like dragging everything down. And you have to go back to optimize these assets. So when it's like, I don't know, like coloring, like when you're coloring something and you're skipping corners, and then you have to go back and you spend more time going to the mistakes that you made, rather than if you just color good from the beginning. You don't have to go back that much, and that's
And
what's
the
happening, bro.
and the latest engines of UE5, like 5.7 and shit like that, they're doing a lot of improvements to get a lot of CPU headroom back. That's why I
Mhm.
do have faith in games like, the next Cyberpunk or The Witcher. It's a reason why a lot of these people is going. So Unreal Engine is changing and being optimized itself. So I'm
Mm.
like, if the CEO is optimizing the engine himself, I mean, that is a little hypocritical for him to say that, because it is intensive. Like, the improvements that's coming in the later versions of Unreal Engine is supposedly be huge leaps, but we're gonna see. But at the same time, if the engine can be optimized from the top, then to the bottom, the devs need to be optimizing and adjusting to whatever version of UE5 they have, because more power is not going to solve everything. You see it all the time with these tech channels. They got these 4090, all these big rigs, and then they still play stuff like Metal Gear Solid or heavy ass UE5 game, and it's stuttering like fuck. The same shit with Oblivion. It's not enough performance in the world to get rid of the UE5 stutters in the Oblivion remaster. It's just certain, and that's UE5. So um, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I just feel like on
Yeah.
both ends, they just need to keep improving. Devs need to reevaluate how they make these
Yeah.
games going forward.
Yeah,
Technology is there. Unreal Engine is one of the engines that give you a bunch of assets and stuff that you can use off the get go, that you don't even have to build, from scratch. It's just like already there for you to use. That's why you get this, the sort of like a wave of Unreal Engine 5 games, because it's so easy to create in that engine. So the fact that people, even though it's easy, don't get to optimize it, just goes to show that these devs aren't really putting in the work like that
Mm-hmm.
into in optimizing the way they should. I mean, I play Unreal Engine games that run good, and I play
Mm-hmm.
Unreal Engine games that run bad, and that's just
one Hundred
not due
percent.
to the engine, but more rather the team behind the production, and that's just all there is to it. In every freaking game, it is has an optimization problem. That's why you see games like Cyberpunk, for example, is now that you're able to enjoy this game 100% in the consoles, because it's now that it runs properly. Before it had optimization issues, it wasn't the same game that you're playing right now. Along the way,
mm.
they fixed it, and the same thing is gonna happen to the rest of the games. And also, no matter what engine, because I've run into other games that run like shit in the freaking what is it, like a cryo engine or
Mm-hmm.
frostbite. It doesn't matter, dude. It's just
Yep.
like a development problem. That's it.
Yep. Um, Last piece of news before we get out of here, guys, and I want to say I really appreciate everybody who came through tonight. Appreciate the chat. Appreciate you a lot, Demo man, making the time to come through. Means a lot, Panda. I know you be getting hungry sometimes, and we push it a little bit sometimes. But I appreciate everybody. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button as well if you're watching on YouTube. Last topic for tonight is the 7 First Light 35-minute gameplay. State of play reactions. Guys, I don't know if y'all got to watch this. I did. I couldn't be too impressed with it because the performance was horrible.
Yeah, it was pretty
It
bad.
was dropping bad. So I can't really judge this until I see it in a better state. It did have moments where I'm like, it looked cool. Kind of looked like an Uncharted Uncharted Hitman type S game. Might for me right now, from what I've seen, it's looking like a good old wait for sale. It come in March of next year.
I think for
Resident Evil
me,
coming February.
um, I've played quite a few Bond games over the years, and this looks like a return to what I've always wanted them to be. A lot of them have been disappointments, and I was pleasantly surprised by this. And I love the studio because that's making this because of what they've done with Hitman. So it made sense that they were going to do 007. I just don't particularly like the design of the character, in my opinion, of who plays James Bond. But that's just me. I think the game looks like it's going to be really good. I also wasn't impressed with the performance and what we saw, but it is still in development. It is. It is also you're seeing it in a compressed state. So once you get it actually on your native hardware, you'll be able to get a better idea of how it looks visually. Because I watched it in 4K. But yeah, I'm excited. I don't have anything else to add because until you get it in your hands, it's really hard to judge a game. I'm more excited than I was originally because I wasn't too impressed with the initial showing of it. But now that we're actually seeing how it's going to play out, I am a lot more excited. It just feels like they're bringing to life a James Bond movie for me. Demo, what are your thoughts?
Oh man, 07 look cool, but it's just like a lot of like Uncharted, a lot of
Yeah.
Quantum Break
Hitman.
vibes.
Yes, Quantum Break vibes. I got Quantum Break vibes.
Oh,
I'd rather go play Quantum Break than what I seen. At least that's gonna be smooth.
I like that. It's just like it doesn't feel like okay, GoldenEye. Go back. Let's go back a little bit. Let's think about it. GoldenEye. What made GoldenEye special? You know,
Pierce Brosnan.
yeah, that too. And it was 07 suit on. You know, you are the cool dude. You got all these gadgets, and it's so like interesting.
You falling from a fucking plane and just happen to go through the truck window like that Nathan Drake ass sequence. Like
right. And listen, the one thing that nobody's taking into account anymore. Where the fuck is the multiplayer of the games? What are games coming out half done? Like back in the day, we used to get games like Far Cry, and they'll bring a multiplayer mode too. Far Cry had a multiplayer mode. Like, let that sink in. Why is this not doesn't have a multiplayer or the following?
And like you said, it's not even cooked on a single player side. Look at that performance they showcase. And then you got the nerve to put the pre-orders up right after. We know it's going to get better. We hope that it's going to get better. But why showcase that and then say, hey, buy this?
That pre-order bonus was asked. I was about to say it earlier, bro. You get to play 24 hours earlier. What the hell is that, man? You get a golden gun for pre-ordering? What the hell is that?
You should get that from complete challenges in the game by itself.
Exactly. Like I said, all the games, like,
not wrong.
You know, they get what is it, like, teared apart because they have microtransactions. Do a way better job than 07. I just put the example of Call of Duty giving you battle passes and shit, FIFA and 2K giving you players and shit. Like they could have done so much with the pre-order bonus that I think that they fumbled the ball. Look, that's not to say that this is gonna be a good or a bad game. I don't know.
They should give you some option,
It looked decently, but it just looked like a reskin of a Hitman. It's done in the same engine as well, so you can see like the assets. I don't know. I have to believe that it's gonna be a good game. That's it.
You know, with Ubisoft games, how you get like you can play your assassin as one of the previous assassin characters. They should pay that extra bit of money and allow you to play as other James Bonds from the past.
There you go. That would have been
a great pre-order bonus and something that like you could also I don't know, maybe give you one skin that you can't earn in game. Who knows?
I don't know. It looks decent. It reminds me a little bit of Mind's Eye. A little bit.
Demo, another good Black Friday sale while I cruise around Florida down in GTA. What's the name of the city again? Vice City. As I cruise around on them Vice City beaches, I'll be watching that game get tore apart by Digital Foundry and everybody like. I get it on sale when it runs a little smoother, hopefully.
I don't know what.
But no, it look cool though, man. It
look cool. But it's like okay, more of the same, nothing exciting.
I'm gonna say demo. I agree, and it seems like there's no creativity in it, right? Because, and I get that it's James Bond, but it's like,
well,
I felt like the old, like GoldenEye had more. Like,
I'm excited to see what they haven't shown that's going to be in the game that they have not shown. But I'm also a little bit worried about how you've got your gadgets, and you have to go pick up stuff to enable your gadgets out in the real world. Like maybe to top it up, but like,
look,
no.
Panda, if I show you that gameplay or trailer, it don't tell you what that is 07, you would think is Mission Impossible.
Call of Duty or something.
You could do anything. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Could think of anything. You know, it's just like
They should have.
generic.
They should have showed him but it's meant to be pre. It's meant
Yeah,
to be
pre-sequel.
like him
We
before
get
he
it. It's him
prequel.
young. It's him
Um,
fresh out there, but they
but
still do a horrible job of that
I don't know.
from
Yeah,
what
I
again,
don't
was
know.
it's
portrayed.
kind of
You
like
have to
not.
wait to see the game because we're only seeing like a small snippet of
Yeah,
it. Like
But
35
it do
minutes of
get
gameplay isn't a
360
lot.
aura, man. The 35 is still a lot to see because look, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I've run out in 2025. This game design is so old. Oh, I'm on a big airport. Everywhere it's an enemy at, it's a big red explodey barrel. Shoot, shoot, boom, boom. $70. The fuck out of here.
yeah,
Nobody
yeah,
wants. Come on, man. What the fuck are we doing?
yeah.
Like my boy Be More Sad, man. For like a 360 era, man. Like, can you have a little more game design? Like, goddamn, shout out to Kojima. And that's why I'm as soon as it go on sale, I'm buying Delta. The only reason I'm buying
Love
that
it.
shit. Because
Shit,
at
that
least
shit is off the
give
chain.
me a true spy thriller with action. Like, do something unique, man. This generic shit
Yeah,
getting
but you've
old,
got to
bro.
remember that the IP is grounded in reality 100%, way more than something like Mission Impossible ever would be.
Yeah,
Yeah, and so
What's
you
grounded in
are
reality?
limited by that
it
around
just
that.
feels
But
like
I
an
do feel like it doesn't feel like a James Bond game
You
normally
said
would
the
because
James
it's
Bond
a
game we
prequel.
seeing is grounded in reality.
no, it's
What we
not.
seeing?
It's not. She says
Oh,
it's not.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I was about to say, ain't nothing reality
this
about what they shown in that 35. That shit is like really uncharted for real. Like all
this
them
looks
lucky
like a
ass
Michael
sequences.
Bay movie. That's exactly what it looked
Hey,
like.
go for it.
That's exactly what it looked like. I'm
It
gonna keep
looked like
it a
it need to
buck.
be in
I
Game
I
Pass,
may
man.
enjoy
It
it.
looked
I
like
may enjoy it later on. Like I said, I'll
yeah.
pick it up for $20, bro. I'm not even
I'll
mad.
play it when it come to Game Pass, man, or PS Plus.
Yeah, but $70 for that game right now. Is that what it's gonna cost? $70?
$70, man. And
Ah man,
then the golden gun is 89 or some shit like that. Like, what are we doing here?
man.
And
89 for a
mind you, like I
golden
said, I
gun.
know y'all don't play horror games, but Capcom are fucking cookers. They make fucking great games, man. And
Yeah.
fucking Resident Evil
They
9 is
should put
dropping at the end of
that game out
February.
at 50 at
Good.
least. Minimum 50.
What about this
Maximum
other
50.
game that is dropping around the? We
The
all
issue is it's a well-known IP, so they can't because they have to make those royalties off it. So,
It's uncharted, man. You know?
around
all
that time
right,
we got games like a Crimson Desert dropping too.
Yeah, a
Like
lot of great
yeah,
games, man.
yeah.
so
Next year is packed.
Well, it comes out next year, so hopefully the next time they show it, it's a little bit more like the first time they showed it. I wasn't impressed. I'm more impressed this time. I'm still excited. Oh, I am excited for it now, but we'll see what it shows next,
I
and
just say, like,
hopefully,
as a gamer, like, fuck them. You get on my bad side off rip when you do the whole show me some bullshit. It's bad performance, not really polished, and then give me a price to pre-order. It'll be different if you give me just a wish list and let me be desired, guess the price, and you polish it, get closer to release. You immediately want people to buy this, and it's like, I get it. Nobody is forced to buy it, but it's just on y'all end, like that don't set a good
it's gonna
precedent. Like
end what Outer Worlds 2 did, where they dropped the pre-order price.
yeah.
Outer Worlds 2 is clearing that. I know it's completely two
No,
different games,
easily.
but
No,
easily,
easily.
like I'm sorry, it's a lot of
More
games clearing that.
No,
mechanics,
but I'm saying like
action,
because of
and
the
story.
pre-order numbers weren't great, they
Yeah.
dropped the price.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well we're gonna head off because I am hungry. It is lunchtime. It was past lunchtime actually for me, and I would like to have something to eat. And then I'm gonna be jumping on Xbox, probably Helldivers too.
All right.
But where can everybody find you? Demo. Where can they find you? Oh, sorry, it's not demo anymore. It's fully released.
Yeah, I'm fully released. Oh man, you can find me here too. Sometimes I'll be hanging out here in the chat as well with you guys, rocking with you while I'm playing some other games. Every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, I'm doing the show with Power Boss, Desire, and the Archangel Nexus. Which sometimes they go in, whatever, but we always there. Thinking about switching the time of the show. Gotta find the space because I got two jobs. It's getting extremely hard to juggle content creation with family and also gaming and spending time with the people you love. So I mean, we'll see where it goes, but yeah, and also streaming games. I'll probably be online tomorrow playing some more games, which y'all should be somewhere around 2, 3 p.m. somewhere like that for a couple of hours, just touching bases, having a great time, and on Twitter talking that shit. You already
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
We know. All right, Nero.
Y'all know where to
We
find
can
me, man. They already know.
avoid you. We don't want to find you. Where
Um,
do we stay away from you?
you can definitely if you don't want to avoid me, go get I'll be on the Stadia a lot, so don't get a Stadia. Google Stadia. I still believe in that cloud technology.
Playing on that good
I'm
Stadia.
still, I'm
Oh
still in there, man.
no!
I'm still in there, man. I still believe in that. But nah, man,
You
next
still
gen
playing
Nero
on
on
your
all
Dreamcast? No, I'm
platforms.
kidding.
On all
Take a
platforms,
break.
man, and really just right here, man. Check out the reviews right here on the channel. Just check them out when you get free time. I'm about to have a Lost Soul side review, man. So if anybody, because it's definitely a good game that's worth getting on a good sale. So I got some thoughts on that. Like I said, I
That's
picked
dope.
up Chrono, so I already got a few games pre-ordered. Like I said, Game Pass is cooking, so I'm gonna have a lot of opinions on a lot of games that's coming out within the next few months, man. So yeah, I appreciate everybody rocking with us tonight, though. Where
Yes,
can they
thank you.
avoid you, Panda?
Thank you, everybody. It's been a
Put it in the
great show.
backstabbing field. Should be
Yeah,
backstabbing people in Helldivers.
it's been a great show, as per usual. Everybody is fantastic in our chat. So really appreciate you. It's always entertaining to read the chat as the show's going on. And I just want to say thank you, Demo, for being here. You're always fantastic, and we love having you on. I don't know about Nero though. I might need to. But if you enjoyed the show, hit that like button, comment in the chat after the show as well. But please, we'll be back next week. And hopefully Lyric will be back and feeling better after his AI update. Yeah. All right.
Definitely.
Bye for now, everybody.